Okay, we need to do the news.
Spike in the producer price level of inflation. Breaking news right now, and a spike in the producer price level of inflation. Take a look. Markets are selling off here because the July PPI came in up 0.9%. Worse than the estimated up 0.2%. This is the headline number. It was expected up 0.2, came up.
Queeman in Lonerbox's chat. Wait, right now he is?
Up 0.9%. Year over year, it is up 3.3% versus an estimate of up 2.5%. Now, when you look at core, it's also troubling because in the core PPI, it was up 0.9% versus an estimate of 0.2%. Year over year, the core up 3.7%, also higher than the estimated expectation, which was up 2.9%.
How do
these numbers have caused market?
Nice. How do these people have time to be everywhere? Wait, what the fuck? He's in there right now. You should ask Queeman for a debate about how bad BE is, bad empanada is. I think he thinks he is bad, but it's like normal bad. I've definitely not said that, Linneo. What did he say? Whether or not Queeman knowingly facilitated his community delivering the target docs to Bad Empanada. And Glitterbell, you are an insane person. We've all been there. I don't understand how these people have so much time to just be in every single... Or I guess if it's all the same community? Jesus Christ. Fuck, okay. All right, last meme drama we'll do. Link me the fucking, I guess the Queeman WillieMac video. We'll watch that and then we'll do news. I don't understand why Loner doesn't immediately ban him. I feel like Lonerbugs might be the only person on the internet who seems to be able to hate things within a gradient and not get immediately fucking audience captured to the opposite side of an issue. I think he might be literally the only fucking person on the internet that I've ever seen that can do that. I don't know why or how, but...
It's 5-10 years.
WillieMac's doxing disaster. Okay, I'm gonna use a restroom real quick, hold on. First, for people getting back into Dota 2, have a training video. 1 sec.
Hello everybody, my name is Kamink and I'm here with Ronan, and today we're doing a things to do in Dota 2.
Hello.
This is things to do involving Pudge. Now, you have to use Pudge for this things to do or it won't work really, because mainly of the meat hook ability. So you probably want to pick yourself up a Blink Dagger, and as you can see I just blinked into the trees there and pulled in a Marana. Now, we were actually winning in the game by a lot, as you can see, 29-6, and I was just having a bit of fun. I like doing that, so I decided to do it with the Kunkar over here, blink into the trees and pull him in.
Ah, so you're just trolling your teammates,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, well, not out of spite, just think of it out of fun and happiness. Even though he did threaten to report me and shouted at me quite a bit. So, moving swiftly on, I blink into the trees again here.
So you go and do the same thing.
Yeah, go to pulling the Kunkar, but I miss and get a creep. I'm thinking, this is quite interesting. The population of the trees has grown by 1. Now, you can't get out of these trees. It has to be in a part where you can't get out, or this won't work. So I go put in another creep. Population grown by 2. So I've got another 2 here. And this is another one. And this is actually seen. I remember seeing a video of an Enchantress and a Chen where they blocked the whole lane and managed to get a load of creeps.
Ah, I see. So that's where you got the idea from.
Yeah. I TP back to base and get myself a Quelling Blade so I can actually break the trees. Needs to be a Quelling Blade or some tangos. And there I am, you know, running back to base. This isn't very realistic because someone of that weight could not run that. So here I am, blinked back into the trees, pulling another one. And eventually, when I think I've got enough, I'll break the trees and they all go out. Now, if you do it the whole game, you get loads, and you need to make sure you're doing it in an area where they're not. Because basically the way creeps work is they run in a straight line, so if you do it there, they're not going to really get out. So you need to do it in an area where you can actually do it. So, that's it.
Well, it's so cute. Queeman, aka Kamink and Ronan, show you a sneaky technique in Dota 2. Aww. Lies and leaks. WillieMac shows doxing disaster.
Bad empanadas and known.
I didn't watch WillieMac's original video on this, although apparently I wrote the whole script, so maybe it doesn't matter.
Doxer and harasser. If you go on his Twitter account at any time, you can see him doxing people. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that when my dox gets found, Bad Empanada immediately posted everywhere. Uploads a video blasting my name, my bride's name, the address of her wedding, all over the internet. Truth is, Bad Empanada did not originate my dox. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my dox originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers.
What? Huh? Dude, surely people are going to point out how insanely
Rewatch. Oh wait, did I watch the whole thing? I was probably doing emails then. I don't remember. My bad.
dishonest this is. What is he even pointing to there?
I've made videos on communists, Nazis, misogynists, feminists, scammers, and traffickers. People with millions of followers, yet this tiny little community is where all this doxing takes.
In Willie's video, you predicted what happened to him.
Bro,
He's
this
supposed to
guy's
dox my
saying
family,
Willie
like-
is a competition for biggest footsie retard. Come on, dog.
Yes, but he's saying that because you won't come out and post a video like unequivocally calling me like a mass. This is what they do. So whatever like you're working on right now is a waste of time, because if you post this, you're gonna have Hassan's community, you're gonna have these people on. That's fine, but you say that now, but it'll turn into them going after you, and then they'll try to dox you or your girlfriend, or they'll go after your family, or they'll go after friends of yours, or they'll go after other people in the commentary community until they make videos about you. Like this is like the pattern. It is so fucking irritating. That's why people like Gisticle and Queeman, if I could, I would put their balls in a vice and crush them and then slice them off and then feed them to them and then slice them and kill them, okay? Them, because they're amplifying all this shit and they're knowingly playing a part of it. They know what's going on, but like Kelly Jean, dude, I can send you like 50, like there are so many albums of them just constantly talking shit about me, talking about my dick, talking about my girlfriend, talking about my kid, like constantly. It never ends. It's never ending. Constantly talking about me, constantly talking about my girlfriend. And half the time it's just stuff that they're like getting off like Keeley farms, just discussing it like in their servers.
Poor Hannah gets no grace for going through the exact problem that Destiny's complaint.
Crazy that all. Holy shit! This the UNH buy. I'm a goddamn fortune teller. Okay, I have special sight.
Place.
What? What? Where's the doxing? What doxing is coming out of these community? Are we just Keffels now? Are we Keffels posting now? What are we doing here, dude? This is fucking insane, bro.
Yeah, well, Willie's flaws and all, his mishandling, I will happily take his side. Yes. If Willie's got evidence, he's got to come forward with it, at least to satisfy them, but I don't care if he does or doesn't. I decided to take a look at it. I dug into it to see what truth, if any, there is to WillieMac's allegation against Queeman and his community. The user who found and posted the link to Willie's wedding announcement page mentions Queeman 0 times.
Where's the proof? No fucking proof. But you know what, guys? Queeman's an asshole, so fuck him. Queeman's mean to me, so fuck him, dude. That's the standard that WillieMac Show is creating right now.
There is no evidence at all that this person is in any way affiliated with Queeman. It is completely made up, to be clear. 2 seconds, by the way. 2 seconds of Googling.
Nicholas Diorio has now officially blocked me on Twitter for being slandered by WillieMac.
Now, why about probably 6 of you are in the stream? I just wanted to briefly talk about this WillieMac Show drama because it's what's been requested upon me by everyone.
Your friend is making doxing allegations against somebody who you have also publicly feuded with. I feel like that's probably something you should at least look into. No?
I think the commentary community can probably handle this one on their own.
At least watch the fucking video.
There's really not much I can say or do.
Do you think it's appropriate for Nick to respond? Bearing in mind that Nicholas has watched a bunch of WillieMac's videos recently and even defended it. Yeah.
I wish you both luck in your forever war.
I had a back and forth with Nick, right, in his Discord. He's basically saying that he doesn't owe us anything to respond to interpersonal community drama. And I think that framing is completely dishonest, and I think it's completely cowardly. A YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who gets hundreds of thousands of views, who you've previously said is kind of like a gateway to normies into drama.
When I see Willie's video, I see like entry-level video that gets you to Ryan Beard's video. Willie's not like internet people, he's not terminally online, he's just like some fucking guy who makes commentary videos. I just think that Willie's like a turbo boomer too, and again, I think that's also being removed from this conversation.
Just dropped a video with one of the most dishonest, malicious segments I've ever seen, where he straight up lies about Queeman, tries to paint his community as doxers, doesn't show any proof, and then he makes a segment about Augie.
Basically, what they were saying was, it's kind of hypocritical for Destiny to get upset at WillieMac for getting doxed when he has a history of doxing people, and is currently right now calling for their doxings, right?
So he never plays the context and then acts like the reason I'm mad is because they called Destiny a hypocrite.
Where he completely misinterprets his point too, which I think is on purpose.
So he plays the clip of me saying, I don't think Queeman has celebrated your dox, I don't think he's made arguments supporting you getting doxed, and Willie plays that clip and he's like,
seriously, if that's the extent of your analysis, you need to quit.
And that's supposed to be like the mic drop in the video, but he forgets to actually respond to what I'm saying. Why is what I'm saying stupid?
I've been tired of dealing with it for 6 months with no retribution. So now we do the retribution.
TV said anything involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable ammo. Anything is justified against bad empanada and anyone that supports him. Would Destiny be saying that those who dox people, those who make calls to violence or allusions to violence should be fair game?
Wink, wink.
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him. No? Is that not standard? That's what he's laying out for me here. What is a way I could have phrased that point? That Destiny's standards...
Destiny has recently doxed J-Stock and Queeman.
...leave his own supporters and fans open to being doxed and harassed.
His motivation behind this is that everyone they associate with him ends up getting doxed and harassed, so he's doing it back to them.
Self-defense doxing, is that what we're doing now?
How could I have phrased that to where WillieMac could not have accused me of dog whistling in the way he did?
When I see this clip, it's obviously a dog whistle to fuck with me.
How is this a real video, dude?
Willie acknowledges that Destiny
does he do a video on this, or is it all just like clip compilations? Is this...
has doxed J-Stock and Queeman. And he says that's okay because everyone that hangs out with Destiny gets swatted and doxed by their communities.
The victims I know are Destiny's girlfriend, Dan Saltman and his family, me and my wife, Hutch and his family.
Any evidence that they've done any of this doxing? Or
that was him talking? Yeah, but is it like a new thing, or is this just from past like streams and videos? Was that him talking in this thing, or...
Anything is justifiable against Destiny and the people who support him.
I don't think...
Nice clip, by the way, where Queeman is clearly saying that that's what Destiny's position is. Not that he supports that standard of morality. But again, this is Willie's dishonest fucking editing right there.
In the clip, I explicitly state that I'm not okay with doxing. Now, I have principles. I don't think it's no bad tactics, no bad targets. That's not me. Anyone knows this is my position. I don't agree with no bad tactics, no bad targets. There's not a wink and a nudge. There's not a, oh no, but actually we do. No, I don't. Unequivocally. Like anyone that has watched any of my content would know.
J-Stock and Queeman.
I'm at a loss over this Willie video right now.
Like, is this original for this video, or is he just are these just like past clips of him talking about this?
To be honest,
later in the vid he talks to the... Okay, this is retarded. Jesus, where do we get to the actual...
Cool.
Where I called him trying to ask
Jesus
how their communities have just been a giant fucking pain in the thing and stuff like more in this
because even in together.
There's an effort to smear
their own principles. And now apparently I'm the guy who's no bad tactics, only bad targets. After months of fighting on that, after hemorrhaging viewers for 3 to 6 months over arguing that exact position, but somehow they have found a way to just manufacture this desperate smear.
To be honest, I'm glad that this happened because I've seen his nature, you know what I mean? Because he's clearly malicious now.
It just seems very bizarre that Augie was trying to get both Queeman and WillieMac on stream for a debate.
But I think it's clear that Willie will get very nasty with you if you perturb him in any sort of way.
Now all of a sudden Queeman's a terrible, terrible doxing guy.
But, you know, he has shown that he's capable of doing this really to anyone that upsets him.
So ask yourself, why is it that Willie only engages with a single clip where he can cry victim in a completely incoherent way with the rest of the arguments in the video about doxing and his wedding and his bride? Why is it that that is the only thing Willie engages with? I think the answer's pretty obvious. I think the answer's pretty clear.
Holy 14-minute intro. Jesus.
I think we should get straight into this. I think we should start talking about this. So, for those who don't know, WillieMac released a video last night, okay? It's a video mainly about Bad Empanada and Bad Empanada doxing WillieMac's wedding. Now, Willie claims Bad Empanada is not the one who doxed his wedding. I take a slightly different definition of doxing. I think pretty much any reasonable person takes doxing to mean any instance of someone publishing a collation or piece of PII that is obscured from the public, generally, or isn't directly linked to the content creator for the purpose of harassment. Now, that is what Bad Empanada
Wow. My definition.
did. 100%, that is what he did. Now, did he originate the dogs? No. The dogs originates with a Kiwi Farms post by a completely anonymous account, as far as I can see, that has 2 posts, neither of which mention me. I don't know how I'm supposed to have any control over that. I don't know how I'm supposed to take any responsibility for that. Obviously, this person might watch my content, but there's no way for me to know.
So, just as a quick thing, and again, it's hard to do this. Like, you would have to literally put together like a schizo manifesto, okay, in order to, I feel like I've already done that in terms of like showing how a lot of these accounts are connected and everything. But one of the people that harasses me the most, or like A-logs me, stalks me, harasses people around me, is the Blav guy on Kiwi Farms. Like, this is like a screenshot from Queeman covering stuff related to me. Blav won, Blav won, Blav won, Blab always wins. Let me outs over this guy. He's just walking the traps. Total Blab victory. Blav won, Blav won, Blav won. Who the fuck is Blav? I don't know if that person's being serious or not, but W Blab. Blab always wins. Blab is a legend. There's no way, like, all these people watch and support and cross post, and it's like so fucking obvious. The funny thing is, like, even Blab on Kiwi Farms like says as much. Somebody posted the attachment. I don't know what this video is, but I saw that, but it felt too narcissistic to post. Queeman's chat glazes me too much. Like, it's so stupid that he likes to pretend like, I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these guys, or blah, blah, blah. The stranger me person is Blav. Although it's obvious that he, Destiny, I think, still reads the thread. I personally do think he probably has limited how many times he reads it, because I do think he doesn't like being reminded of his brutal molestation at Destiny, a victim of brutal molestation. So I'm beginning to think he actually probably has been reading DGG Snark more than KF, as at least there, he doesn't have dozens of people mocking him for being brutally molested when he was a kid, but that's pure speculation. However, he still 100% reads us, though. I'm still listening to the coverage of people, but I did want to record and post Queeman's stream beginning, as I agree with it, on everything in its entirety. And like they're like cross-posting videos. Now, the important one, I agree with Queeman. This is 100% the narrative that Destiny's going to try to spin. Like, it's like huge clips from the streams. Like, they're all chatting about it. They're going over like what the narrative should be, like how some of the screenshots should go. Like, it's just so funny that these guys, and I understand for the commentary community, no offense, but the commentary community are cucks, and they're too afraid to ever mention. I don't even know if WillieMac mentioned QB Farms by name, but nobody will mention this website by name because they're all fucking they're like traumatized by it. But like Queeman and all these other guys, they know what's posted here. The Kiwi Farms people talk about them. They talk about the Kiwi Farms people. Like they go over shit like this like all the fucking time. Does Jessica know that videos Destiny's brutal rape as a young child under 10 is very relevant to my journalistic interest? Yes, as Code Cave said, he has mentioned that he tells it to pretty much all the girls as some sort of trauma riz. This is a thing, by the way, that Queeman has tried to bring up on his stream too, in like reading old Reddit posts of mine. Like Queeman centers a lot of this stuff too, but like all of this like bounces back and forth. They try to create narratives here, or they'll try to like spread facts or whatever, and then they somehow end up in Queeman's community and everybody's just talking about it there. But they always say like, oh, show me the doc, show me where I've linked this. But it's like, obviously they don't. They'll ban the direct links from the community, but somehow everybody seems to know. Isn't that kind of crazy? Yeah, it's funny to hear like, oh, I don't have any connection to these communities. Oh, I don't know anything.
There's literally no way for me to know. And even less, there's no way for me to take action on it. Because clearly they don't use the same profile picture or account name or whatever everywhere. So there's nothing I can do about this. Despite what WillieMac probably wants you to believe.
This Bad Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers. So when I see this clip, it's obviously a dog whistle with me.
So I saw that video last night. And WillieMac's basis for ascribing this to me now is a clip that takes place, and purely you can see this from the video, it makes no sense otherwise, a clip that takes place weeks after Willie has already been doxxed. He uses that.
Is Blav the dude who obsessively posts about you having a raped mind?
My fans are the ones doxing him.
Blav does, but also Justical and his whole server do that now as well, and then Queeman will do that about me. We're used to it, yeah.
And that necessarily has to be the case, because in the clip WillieMac's talking about, I'm reacting to a Destiny quote tweet of Gato Fumador. And this Gato Fumador person posted a video, a clip, of Bad Empanada's video of WillieMac's docs. I don't watch Bad Empanada. I'm not a big Bad Empanada viewer, so I hadn't seen this video before. I didn't know the contents of this clip intimately. And it is partly blurred. It is partly blurred at one point, and the docs does not appear until like a minute, 2 minutes into the clip. So it plays silently while I'm discussing it. Obviously, I knew what the clip was about because, I mean, everyone was talking about how WillieMac had been doxed. So I was tertiarily aware of sort of what was happening. But the clip plays on my stream, and this docs information scrolls by while I'm making a point. Now, in Willie's own video, Willie says he does not blame Destiny because by the time Destiny quote tweets his docs, it's already viral. It's already broadly seen. So I'm absolutely baffled how I'm supposed to have any responsibility when the quote tweet I am covering to make my point about Destiny already has like 100,000, 200,000 views when I'm looking at it. And I have a few hundred live, and then I censor it for the VOD upload. Because obviously I don't intend to dox WillieMac. So I censor it for the VOD upload.
They're like, why aren't you mad at Destiny? He quote tweeted your docs too.
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Destiny's defending my already viral docs that's already in the hands of all the people who hate me. We're acting like context and scale don't matter.
So a few hundred people saw this through my stream when hundreds of thousands have already seen it through Destiny's video. Yet WillieMac uses that logic to absolve himself of any culpability in JStalk's docs because Destiny, or Destiny's fans, had already posted it with hundreds of thousands of views. But for some reason, this logic that WillieMac uses to absolve himself.
Does WillieMac ever post Justicle's docs anywhere? Did that happen? Or repost anything of me doing it?
Doesn't apply to me. And that's not the only point where WillieMac is refusing to apply vindicating logic that he knows to be true, that he knows himself to believe. Where he refuses to apply it for me, but is happy to apply it for himself or for his friends. So, great example of this. The Dark Viper drama. I don't remember what it was, like a year ago now. Chud was
Oh,
obviously
he's just talking about WillieMac replying to it? Okay.
back and forth with Dark Viper pretty hard over a copyright strike. In the course of this drama, Kiwi Farms latched onto it. Kiwi Farms ended up doxing Dark Viper. Dark Viper made these massive claims of people etching stuff into his door, scratching stuff into his door. And what did WillieMac say? He said, you can't ascribe that to Child Logic community with no evidence. You need to show some evidence to start ascribing that to Child's community. You can't just smear him.
It's always this, like, show me exactly, like, I need to see the exact post in my community. Like, how can you ever have that much of your chat, like, spamming Blab ones and then pretend like, oh no, we have no association whatsoever? I don't know what this video is. This was on Kiwi Farms. What is this? Fuck.
The Destiny is,
I haven't listened to this before, so I don't even know.
Roughly.
What is this?
Destiny is seething over his Kiwi Farms thread, posting screenshots from it, giving a certain person exactly what they want, and I'm sure they're fucking... I mean, he's giving everyone what they want today, I'm gonna be real. Yeah. Okay, guys. I don't like mentioning specific stuff on there too.
It's Blav one. Oh, that's where the Blav one. That's where this chat clip came from. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yep.
How does everybody? I don't understand how everybody in Queen's chat knows about this though, because these guys never post or talk about or cross-post information. Why does Queenman not like you? He seems to have come out of nowhere. So supposedly Queenman has not liked me for a long time, but it was hard to tell because every time we were in group chats together, he just was a huge bitch and never said shit to me. I don't know why or what's going on there. Maybe I fucked his mom and I didn't realize it because this kid's like 12 years old. But he's part of like him and Gistigal are like the two strongest anti-fan warriors against me who are like corralling the rest of the retards, I guess, to try to take some huge stance against me and Ethan Klein and every single person that is even like tangentially associated with me with any way. It's just super cringe and weird.
Yes, obviously. Anyway, let's carry on. With the insane behavior of some Kiwi farmers who happen to have latched onto this drama.
You're prescribing Kiwi farmers who happen to latch onto this drama. Where do they come from? I don't even know. Yeah, so he's such a cringe. God, he's such a fucking loser. I wish these guys would just own it, but they can't because they try to have this like moral superiority over every fucking topic as well. That's why they can't just own the fact that they're degenerate fucks, you know?
A doxing allegation to his community based on nothing. It's crazy.
And it's not like he's just said that once, either. In the Keffels drama, Willie makes the same points. He says it's insane for Keffels to ascribe the actions of Website Zero, who, what's the name here for all the many reasons people said Website Zero, ascribing their actions to Kiwi Farms. Simply because Keffels' Kiwi Farms page was so active at the time, ascribing the swatting or the doxing to Kiwi Farms, even though the dox was reposted on there, ascribing the doxing and the swatting to Kiwi Farms is absurd. Because just because there's a bunch of activity there doesn't mean it's them, and they moderate against it. They moderate against it, much like I do, much like I always would. I moderate against doxing, so like it's Kiwi Farms level. He would obviously make those points back then. He has in his Keffels videos. He covered Keffels.
I thought he was a big Mr. Girl fan. Oh, maybe. He might have been. I feel like I saw somebody say that, but I don't know if I've ever seen proof of that, so I'm not sure.
Himself. He wouldn't consider himself part of the harassment against Keffels. That would be absurd. Yet, in this video, he is perfectly happy to take a bunch of unsubstantiated harassment claims from not so erudite that my community or JSOX community has swatted her, trying to get her deported, I hear has been claimed. Taking this absurd claim from a schizophrenic Odashara on Twitter that JSOX community sent a letter to him, something that he's been asked for evidence for before and has refused to provide. He said he threw away the letter or some shit. But he's perfectly happy to just repeat these with little to no interrogations to the truth of the claims. And the idea that people are just okay with this, that people like Nicholas Diorio, for instance, who will extol the virtues of self-policing when convenient. When he wants to bitch and cry about some fucking wretched, degenerate transgender, he'll get on stream and screech self-policing, self-policing. Why are you guys not keeping kids out of your communities? Why are you not, stopping the DIY HRT stuff? Why are you letting them defame people? Why are you letting Keffels call Child Logic a pedophile? Whatever it be. Perfectly happy to extol the virtues then. When it's a Cheeto fucking up a Sniper Wolf DMCA story, perfectly happy to talk about how everyone around the Cheeto should be turning on him, should be holding him accountable. But the moment he's in a tough spot, the moment he actually has to take a shot that might, he's always the last one off. He says, oh, I'm the guy. This is bullshit excuse. I'm the guy who has to do the dirty work and take out my friends.
I've literally taken about 7 of my friends and former associates out back and put a bullet in the back of their head, so I really don't care. I'll live with it. If you think I'm sweeping for somebody, that's perfectly fine. I've literally executed half this fucking space, so whatever. Sick.
No, you're always the last one off the fucking bus. That's the reality. That's why you feel like you're the one taking out your friends all the time. It's because you are the last fucking idiot to realize and admit when you're talking about a fucking lost cause. When you're talking about a fucking lost cause. You're the last one to admit Boblack is a wretched degenerate.
Queenman was a DGGer until the Mr. Girl split. Check out his old chat logs in DGG. LOL, he was a real fan of yours. Is that true? Jesus.
The last one to admit that John Swan is a lying, despicable, manipulative freak. You're the last one to admit that WillieMac is completely lolcowing out, crashing out on Twitter, bullshitting, lying, smearing about anyone that opposes him. That's what you mean when you say, I'm the one who has to take out my friends. It means you're the fucking last one. It feels like you're putting the bullet because you're the fucking last one. Mutahar, exactly. Because you read the room and you ride it as far as it goes. That's the reality. WillieMac has been useful up until this point. He knows he's an idiot. He knows he's had to force feed him the correct take 700 times. He knows just the other day he was having to explain.
Why do these people hate you so much, bro? I don't know. I'm hoping once the court case shit is over, they find something else to talk about. Because they obviously don't care about politics or anything, but they all somehow dick ride like Hassan and all the weird lefties just because we're like enemies. It's just very weird and cringe.
Listen, Willie, Dan Saltman's a doxer. He knows this, but Willie is useful. Willie doesn't ask too many questions. Willie's on side. Willie doesn't swing inwards. Willie doesn't take shots inwards. Willie's useful. For a bit. For a while. Until now. Until now. Until he does something that is so broadly unpopular, anyone with any fucking sense who's left in the pockets of commentary community, whatever that means at this point, has immediately clocked that this is an utter breach of standards, a complete abandonment of the very logic that has allowed their careers to flourish for 10 fucking years, 5, 10 years. The exact delineation of responsibility, drawing clear lines where when you moderate your community to keep a behavior out, you can't be blamed for some anonymous schizophrenic who latches onto the stuff you're saying, goes and does something in a place where you have no control. They need that logic to stand. How many dramas, if you accept this logic, how many more dramas can these people survive? How many more dramas can WillieMac survive? How many more dramas can Nicholas Diorio survive if that logic is accepted? How long is it until they're covering someone who's also being spoken about in KF and they get doxxed? What is my level of responsibility here? How could I have made the point I made about WillieMac without being accused of dog whistling to swat his wedding? How could I have, what is a way I could have phrased that point?
A frequent
the Destiny standards leave his own supporters and fans open to being doxxed and harassed. How could I have phrased that to where WillieMac could not have accused me of dog whistling in the way he did? There is not a single way I could have phrased that where he wouldn't be able to make that same allegation. Especially
Dan the
when
content,
in the clip,
man.
and you might not realize this when you watch a video through a first time, because he chops up the clips and leaves parts, gives a 5-minute gap between stuff. But I explicitly state that I'm not okay with doxing. That I don't believe it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That's, in fact, been a key point that I've been hammering for 5 months at this point.
Jesus.
For a long time. This has been a key point that anyone who has been even in like osmosis range of my community knows I've been hammering about Destiny, about Ethan, about all these commentary guys. This is, like I say, this is the Keffels thing, this is the Ethan Klein thing, and it's the Destiny thing. It's what these fucking losers do when they don't have a better response. They just start trying to loop in, guilt by association, all the people that are critical of them with the absolute worst people coming after them, with the absolute most, by association. It's what these fucking losers do when they don't have a better response. They just start trying to loop in, guilt by association, all the people that are critical of them with the absolute worst people coming after them, with the absolute most, insane, no bad tactics people that you can find. Whether it's KiwiFarms, in this case, specific KiwiFarms user, whether it's...
Like, the guy that revenge porn leaked all of my shit, whoever the fuck was on that girl's account, was a Queeman fan and viewer. Like, the guy regularly posted in Queeman's Discord. I think he even went back a little bit and posted after everything. Like that was a Queeman viewer. Blav is a frequent Queeman viewer. Like, this isn't on accident. It's not by mistake. Like, there's a reason why they all originate from and are active in these places.
It's some random person. We don't even know who did the CPS call with Ethan Klein. We've got no idea. What is this other than no bad tactics, only bad targets? What mindset has Nick Diorio adopted? WillieMac adopted? What mindset have these people adopted other than no bad tactics, only bad targets? The exact thing they would have railed against for years. I don't think it's no bad tactics, only bad targets. That shouldn't be the case. But that's what these people have adopted, and that's what this dipshit Ace is defending in chat, as he always does. Anyone knows this is my position. I don't agree with no bad tactics, only bad targets. There's not a wink and a nudge. There's not a, oh no, but actually we do. No, I don't. Unequivocally. Obviously. Like anyone that's watched any of my content would know. So what am I to do? He claims that a Max Striker donor, this is Max Striker, someone who will just donate like straight Nazi talking points in the middle of me saying something to try and make it seem like it's a Nazi stream, or we'll start dropping some crazy pro-Hamas shit when I'm talking about Palestine, or we'll just say shit that is horrendous optics and is made to make me look awkward, or for me to be awkward in dealing with in some way, or to have to say, okay, this about that. It is always obscene and stupid. And this person comes in and says, well, message received, orders heard loud and clear, with a $10 dono. Please explain to me, if that wasn't a joke, if Max Striker federal rape genuinely meant that, why on earth would they do it in a $10 dono?
Here's Queeman doing the blab/cave molested memes. Oh.
Like, right.
I had a weird experience growing up as a kid or whatever, and people interpret this as me being raped or molested or whatever. So this is why. So he went back here and found this 7-year Reddit post because Blab directed him to it, and this is why they do the raped and molested thing.
I don't like it when one dimension of a person is used to completely shape that person's identity.
So he goes back and he reads this, and then this is part of where this. I like how this is unlisted though. This was 5 months ago, but he got this reference from KiwiFarms and from them mentioning it in their thread on me or whatever. Yeah, but these people are. It's just so funny to or it's not funny, I guess. It's retarded. They just rely on people not being as deep into this weird internet drama, I guess, which most people aren't, to be fair. But it's just. God, it's just annoying when they try to do this moral high ground shit because people don't know anything about it. They'll disagree eventually. I mean, it happens to all these people, I guess, right?
Donation to my live stream. I have DMs with this person. I follow this person on Twitter. They could come in at any time. If they wanted to go and coordinate with me about doxing, they could do it in private, perfectly happily. You know, not that I would obviously accept that. But the point is there's communication open there. They're able to do that if they wanted to. Why would they put it in a $10 donation? Are you dense? Are you fucking dense? Literally, how stupid can you be? Falling for just an obvious troll dono. Taking it totally seriously as if it's a genuine statement of action. It's absurd. The idea that you could string any commentary YouTuber up by these fucking standards. Imagine all the deranged super chats Nick Dorio's gone. Imagine all the deranged super chats. Like, what standard?
Like the original leaks that came from the guy on the account, that solo guy, literally happened in Queenman's Discord server. He can pretend that it's not the case, but like, I mean, there's just so many logs like connecting all these weird people. Like, and President Sunday is not my fan, you know? Someone called Solo and Queenman's. Technically, they weren't even sent to me. I just made screenshots because I didn't trust their links. Like, all of this got dumped. Solo leaked in Queenman's server with permission from their owner. Oof. Oof. And like, this is President Sunday talking about this in Gisticle server. Like,
What are we applying here? Seriously, what standard are we applying here? Not to mention, of course...
But he'll just pretend like, I don't know any of these people. I don't know what's going on.
This was weeks after WillieMac had already been doxed that this clip happened. The original dox. So the idea they contributed in any way is absurd on the face of it. I'm at a loss over this Willie video right now, to be honest. I'm at a loss over...
Like, just stop being a fucking loser. Like, just... Why not just, like, make normal internet content? Or if you want to be a loser, at least embrace it. Be like, yeah, we are the doxer, you know, abuser crew, whatever. Like, do that. Then fine. At least, like, own it and be based, you know? But just don't do this cringy, plausible deniability. Oh, we would never do that. We would never do that. Like, it's just so fucking cringe.
Over the Oreo's utter cowardice. I'm seeing some incredibly despicable coke posts in his Discord, which Alex Gekmo was rightfully calling him out for. Because I don't usually go too crazy at Nick, because I do think that I don't think Nick is ever acting in like a way where it's like he's totally like, I don't like using this term, but directionally against his own principles.
Destiny, who the fuck is she talking about? Surely not 15-2 and Jessica Kelly. Oh, this Pixie tweet? No, she's just defending Hassan. I think that Ethan did a stream earlier going over all the times that like Hassan is sharing nudes with friends from girls that are DMing him nudes or whatever. And I think this is just Pixie trying to defend Hassan. Oh, sending unsolicited nudes to a stranger is sexual harassment and no one should get in trouble for showing evidence of it. And she's retardedly implying that when Hassan is like sharing nudes from chicks that are DMing him on whatever media platform, that Hassan is just showing evidence of it. I'm pretty sure that's what this is in response to.
You know, broadly, he's sort of in line roughly, but he's willing to sort of veer a little bit. But this is such a veer outside of everything I've heard this guy say about how online community should function, how they should self-police, how commentary should work. Completely contrary to everything I've heard him say about this. And even worse, contrary to what he said last night when Alex Gekmo confronted him, tweeted at him, asking if he was going to cover this. He said he would, and then he flip-flops today. It's absurd. And I think it's just because he claims people bad if he was going to cover this. Even worse, contrary to what he said last night when Alex Gekmo confronted him, tweeted at him, asking if he was going to cover this.
See this, right? All these people pressuring them. You've got to cover this. You've got to push our narrative. You have to do this.
He said he would.
He said he would do
today. It's absurd. And I think it's just...
And then he flip-flops today. Then he flip-flops, right? This is like all of this is... I don't know how these guys have so much time. I don't know how these guys have so much time. I don't know why people give into it. These people are losers. Why do you guys give into these fucking nerds so much? Holy shit.
He claims it's people badgering him to. And he doesn't want to I don't know, capitulate people badgering him to do it. It's because the heat's high. It's because the heat's high, and you're worried that a fence-sitting, oh yeah, I guess the video's bad, but Willie's really stressed, isn't going to fly. Because another lean on the CPS lie isn't going to fly for this one. Because another Willie's bride, but Willie's bride isn't going to work, isn't going to get you through this one. Because people might have more questions about it than that. Because people might actually want you to take a stance on Willie's principles or his arguments. People might actually want you to say, this is bad, Willie's video sucks, and this shouldn't have been made. It's fucking absurd. It's totally absurd, and it's transparent as fuck. Sorry, I do have a couple of notes just to make sure I hear everything here. Oh yeah, so two other things. So, Willie claims that it was my audience that doxed him initially. But I had no knowledge. Nor did anyone in my community, from what I know.
Oh my god.
Have knowledge of Willie's wife being Israeli or Jewish. Now that was actually public. That's not even dox information to say Willie's wife or girlfriend or whatever is Israeli or Jewish. He actually does have old tweets talking about how his wife's Israeli. There's old clips of him talking about how his girlfriend's Israeli. He has said that on his streams. That's not even, it wouldn't even be dox information to spread that. But I had no idea until the Bad Empanada dox was viral that his girlfriend or wife or whatever was Israeli or Jewish. I think you can even find, if you really dug, you could find clips of me making fun of Willie, saying that in the photo of his engagement ring, it looks like his wife is Hispanic or Arabic of some kind. So I was actually slightly off. I was actually quite off, to be honest. I actually was accusing her of being...
Wait, Queeman claimed at the time of the leaks that the leaks were shopped to him, and he rejected the offer and he dumped them elsewhere. Either Sunday is mistaken or Queeman lied. I literally have DMs with Gisticle saying that all of this stuff was being leaked and dumped into Queeman's Discord. Like, I have screenshots of Solo actively posting in in Queenman's Discord. Like, he's just lying. I mean, like,
being Hispanic up until very recently. So the idea that I had any idea that WillieMac's wife was Israeli Jewish is absurd. The idea that my community were doing it. I literally hadn't even seen the post on KF because I don't fucking read Destiny's thread every day. I just check in when there's like some big leak I have to grab info for.
oh, okay. So you do read my Kiwi Farms thread. You do grab info from there, and then you do spread it. Why would you even admit that? You're so fucking retarded. Why would you even say that?
WillieMac's wife was Israeli Jewish is absurd. The idea that my community were doing it. I literally hadn't even seen the post on KF because I don't fucking read Destiny's thread every day. I just check in when there's like some big leak I have to grab info for. You know, it's like if there is some big story developing, yeah, people go to KF, like commentary YouTubers do. Like all commentary, like Turkey Tom, like WillieMac, like Nick the Oreo, like any of these people would. When a big story develops, they go and visit, because that is where they compile, that's what I'm looking for, compile archives of content. So if someone in a big situation is taking stuff down, leaking stuff, it's going to be posted there. It's going to be posted there. And they've defended that. And they've defended the use of it. Destiny has defended the use of it. That was the whole Keffels arc. That was the whole Keffels arc. That was the whole thing. Was you can't just use ancillary connections to KF to ascribe all the responsibility for KF's actions to those content creators, and then use KF's ancillary nature to potential swatters to blame KF for all swatting. You can't just draw these connections of responsibility to try and rope everyone in and shut down criticism.
Which is true. You can't just say that because somebody happens to cross post here, because there's like some interflow. But I stand by that. But the problem is that you guys don't just have a little bit of interflow. It's like the same fucking communities. The crossover, if it was a Venn diagram, it would be almost a perfect circle. Like, it's not even remotely close to the... it's not like oh, this guy happens to be here and happens to be there. Like, they're all the same dudes.
Which is what they're doing. Make no mistake. That is what Willie's doing. He has been fighting with us for months, and only now attempts to even remotely engage with anything anyone said in one of his videos. Because, why? Because he found an opportunity to shut down criticism, obviously. And from the start, I was blatantly right. My criticisms of his first video, he worked into his second video. His second video, go back and watch Willie's first video, watch like my coverage of it, watch the debate with Willie, watch Augie's debate with Nick, and then watch Willie's second video, if you get the time. Watch these pieces of content. And try and identify. Willie has never acknowledged this and never will, because he's a pathetic, embarrassing, spineless, egotistical, thin-skinned pussy, which Augie has 100% confirmed with some awesome leaks, by the way, as well. He will never admit that those criticisms were right, but he still changed the second video, incorporated all those criticisms into the second video, and did it exactly.
Like, I'm doing this so that I guess the other people that talk about this have more ammo, I guess, right? This was posted about in Queenman's Discord 1 hour ago, was shared to multiple creators/randoms. I'm getting tidbits sent to me. I asked for it so I could forward it. This is a partial leak. There's more sexual shit. If you want me to stop updating you, I will. Jesus, delete that message. Still haven't seen anything about that. Could be a partial leak. I don't like having shit like this in my DMs in case other leaks are stream. Like this was being posted. A lot of this was being posted in Queenman's Discord, and that solo guy came from Queenman's Discord server. Like,
on top of that, one of Destiny's dox attempts on me is in both of his videos. Her name is in both of his videos. And in his second video, he plays a portion of the released Cherry audio, the non-consensual Cherry audio, non-sexual portion, and shows all the KF posts of where to find it. So the idea that I am getting blamed for leaving a video playing on autoplay, that Destiny has already quote tweeted to 200,000 people.
Like, that's not the problem. That's not what people's problem are with you. That's not the problem, bro. The problem is your community is literally facilitating all of this, and you guys play nice with all these people, with all the snarkers, with all the weird Reddit people, with all the doxers, with all the people from Kiwi Farms, and then you like sit here and like laugh and joke and and you like play cute or whatever. Like, everybody knows what's up. But this is why I don't give a fuck. This is why I didn't give a fuck because by the way, you want to say I control people? WillieMac confronted me on this like 7 months ago, and he hardcore disagreed with me. You remember that? And Willie was like, "Oh, I think this is wrong." I was like, "I don't give a fuck. I don't care about any of these motherfuckers." That's why I said it, and I don't. I continue not to give a fuck about it. That's why none of these bullshit ass fucking excuses work on me. I don't give a fuck what kind of bullshit ass argument you put up for your fucking 9.87 thousand YouTube subs. Like, it's all bullshit. Anybody knows anything knows it. I don't even know who he's making these videos for. Oh, it's for other people in the commentary community that he's trying to brainwash, I guess, for these other weak-willed losers like Chud Logic or Nicholas Diorio or the Augie dude.
The idea that I am getting blamed for that live when I censored it in the upload, got throwaways to censor it on Twitter, even though I usually don't control the people that fucking click my shit at all. I don't like making recommendations to them or anything like that. I still went out of my way to fix that. Willie had to be basically pressured into fixing the cherry stuff. It's like totally absurd.
Justicle's new talking point about Solo is that Solo is a member of your community and never even heard of KF before you viciously told DGG to go raid Anavor's thread. Oh, that's what Solo said. You can go find, if somebody has that clip, I'll play it on stream, where I viciously tell people to go to Anna's thread on Kiwi Farms. My quote there, like what I was saying was that I didn't want people to be obsessing over Anna and her personal life and harassing her or whatever, and I didn't want any of that shit in my community. And everybody was like going back and forth between this Kiwi Farms thread. But this is like, I knew this at the time. I wasn't, notice I'm not like, I don't know how anybody's getting this information. I don't know. What I said was, if you want to go and talk about it, you want to go post about it, go to Kiwi Farms and do it. I don't want that shit in my community. Right? Now, if Justical and all these guys made the exact same statement that I made, I wouldn't have any problem with that. If they were like, hey, I don't want to hear calling Destiny the raped one or any of this crazy shit. If you want to talk about that shit, go to Kiwi Farms, post it. Don't talk about it here. I would have no fucking problem. The fact that they're trying to twist that into me like helping people post on Kiwi Farms is fucking, that's retarded. It's absolutely fucking retarded. The only reason I even brought it up is because I didn't want people, the interflow of information coming from KF to my community about it, because I didn't need the people constantly fucking harassing Anna and constantly bringing up the drama over it. If they would have made the exact same statement, I would have been fine with it. It's like, it's the exact opposite of what they're claiming the purpose was. Like I was trying to get people to harass her. I have my own chat. I could just talk about it here. I could just, yeah. He just said, I don't control clipping people, by the way. Wait, what? That is the Ryan Bede narrative? I mean, go find, somebody has it, I'm sure. Find the clip of me bringing it up on stream. Also, Justical saying he didn't know, Solo didn't even, or not Solo, Blav didn't even know about Kiwi Farms until Destiny pushed him in that direction. That's what Blav types on Kiwi Farms. I think he only started doing that within the past couple months. I don't know if he got that from somebody, or somebody can try to find the first post. He's like, I didn't even know about Kiwi Farms until Destiny told us to come here after the Anna stuff.
I still went out of my way to fix that. Willie had to be basically pressured into fixing the cherry stuff. It's like totally absurd. It's totally fucking absurd. Now, like I say, Willie does not care about this doxing incident. Okay, this is pretense. Purely pretense.
Chud Logic is a good man. You should talk to him to clear things up. So I think Chud Logic tries to get stuff right generally. Like I'm not going to put Chud. I don't think Chud is on the same level as these people. I think the only problem is that Chud Logic has one of the most popular, like in this community, streamer chats, and it facilitates a lot of this like horrible behavior. And I think he doesn't want to get rid of it because it's so popular. That's the main issue. It's the spicy chat stuff. And like spicy chat has gotten a lot of complaints over the years for having a lot of unhinged shit. But I think Chud Logic he likes that he has like the largest collection of kind of posters in that chat. Yeah. And like, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, you should disavow or delete it or whatever. But yeah. Destiny, he's a drama farmer. He's like NSC and Destiny banged being unhinged. His editor called you rape. Oh, I don't know. Or maybe he is. Maybe he is more audience capture than I realize. I don't know.
Because it's a safe way to swing at me, to swing at Jason, to swing at Augie, because we put pressure back. Because there has been, he's hit a kind of wall, he's feeling some pressure, and he wants to take a swing. And I'm pretty confident, even more so than I would be from just the...
Chud Logic hates your guts. He's basically the same as Queeman, Augie, just to go, oh, is he? Maybe I just haven't seen as much then. I don't get sent anything from him. WillieMac Show will go to any links to protect his relationship with Destiny, including attacking for... What relationship do I have with WillieMac Show? What do I even do for these people? I boosted Chud's career more than Willie's, or all of these guys' career probably more than Willie's. Every single one of these people probably have a stronger connection to me than WillieMac does. Queeman definitely did. You saw his logs. Justical definitely does. I made him. Chud Logic, I helped him, and I defended Chud Logic early on. I was the only fucking guy who defended him early on from bogus sexual harassment allegations. I was the only motherfucker online because he was a small YouTuber back then. I was the only person who came out and said anything about it because I thought the accusations were bullshit. Augie, I think I met him in real life. I don't remember. On some... I don't know why he's so obsessively hateful to me. I have no clue. Who would have thought that all it took for Willie to become a disingenuous victim Andy was to marry a Jew? It's almost like this consistent pattern. Jesus Christ. Guarantee Destiny told WillieMac that a Queeman fan doxed him, and he believed it uncritically. I might have said that. Hold on. I never deny... I won't ever deny anything I messaged somebody. I did tell Willie when he got doxed. I don't remember if I said... Let's see what I said exactly. Wait, this is way back in March. Fuck, I'm not talking this guy much. Hold on. July? Oh. I messaged him and I said, no clue how active you are in these communities or how much you follow this stuff. I think this might have been after he got doxxed on July 21st. And then I sent him this screenshot. Why is Justical coming after WillieMac? He's a total retard, but I'm not actively going after him right now. Just commenting occasionally, signaling to his fan base. You said he couldn't form agency. You come for his throat. This might be, I don't know if this is spicy chat or if it's Justical's Discord server. You said he couldn't form agency. You come for his throat. He's legitimately illiterate. Why? Why be pranking someone about to go to jail? No, false. Oh. So I sent him a message on July 21st. I said, no clue how active you are in these communities, how much you follow this stuff. I sent him this screenshot, and then I said, but people like Jessica will amplify doxes from places like Kiwi Farms, or people like Bad Empanada, and others like Queeman will make sure everyone else they can reach, like Augie, Diorio, etc., falls in line. Be careful, matey. That's what I said. I mean, like, but I feel like almost even in this video, you've admitted to like grabbing shit from Kiwi Farms. All of you guys talk to each other. You literally talked earlier in this video about pressuring another guy, I don't even remember the guy's name, to make videos about this, and that he turned around and didn't do it. Like you guys, you're in everybody's fucking chats. I mean, like,
the previously public information that this is the case. Because just now, just within the last hour or two, Augie appeared on Chud's stream. Now, one of the things that Willie said about Augie.
Oh, and then I sent him another message on July 23rd. I said, I don't know how much you keep tabs on spicy chat, but a lot of these people will say that they quote unquote disavow when chatters in their communities dox people and stuff, and that's quote unquote true, insofar as they will kind of laugh and say it's not allowed just so they don't get in trouble, but they fully participate in places where people are always doing that shit, and they're always laughing along with it and not saying anything to stop it. And then I give 2 screenshots of, this is from Spicy Chat. These messages might still even be in there, I don't even know, where they're just like posting pictures of, like, Bad Empanada really is the left's Nick Fuentes. Bad Empanada is funny as fuck. Fuentes doesn't need to post stuff like this. He's an army that does it for him. That's the Shamu guy. And they're just posting pictures of, I guess one of these people is supposed to be WillieMac's wife now. Mrs. Mac Show gets to look at this whenever she pleases, and you're complaining? Fine, this is the last time. Bottom shelf. Like, all these guys, yeah, they all do this. It's like... And then, wait. Willie said they got that pick wrong. Those are random girls. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's not... Well, I mean, they were trying to then, but I guess they just fucked up.
In this video is that Augie left streaming primarily due to the harassment and doxing he was receiving from Salvo Pancakes. Now, I saw Stardust, who I was about to call something else, but I won't. I saw Stardust quote tweeting or tweeting out, what does Augie think of Queeman associating with Salvo after Salvo doxed his mom? First of all, me and Salvo are very good friends already. Okay, first of all, so don't even attempt to drive a wedge like that, because we're very good friends already. And I'm also very good friends with Augie, just to be totally clear. Just to be totally clear, we're all very good friends, actually. Now, what I will say is, despite WillieMac alleging that Salvo doxed Augie, or his mom, or whatever, and while I'm sure Salvo, I do believe, sorry, I shouldn't say I'm sure, I believe Salvo has doxed people by revealing their phone numbers before.
Oh, I also sent this to... You have all of Kiwi Farms amplifying / attacking you as well and stuff like this. The Queeman / Shistical crowd all work together with them inside Discords and stuff. And then this is one of the posts that I sent. I know it's probably kind of gay / lazy to just post straight up Queeman clips, but he's probably the best we've got in terms of anti-Felcher representation, not in the thread. Justical is decent at making arguments as well, but unfortunately is pretty easy for Destiny to poison the well towards because of the cherry connection, and is also kind of too much of a moral fag. Queeman debunks the Pixie sent the video to claim, rapes Hutch in the process. This is the third time she's Me Too'd me. It's such an obvious attempt to poison the well against her to his audience by making it seem like it's just part of a reoccurring cycle she engages in because she's mentally ill. Even if there is a cycle he can point to, accusations of committing a sex crime, reporting such sex crime to the police isn't anything close to any past instances he's referencing for it to be a part of whatever pattern of behavior he thinks. If you're ever wondering like where like the Queeman or Justical talking points come from for stuff at least related to me or people around me about me, it always originates here first. But yeah, this is like it's just so funny that Queen's like, I don't know, I have no idea. What?
Salvo didn't dox Augie's mom, as far as I'm aware. What Salvo did was Salvo took a photo from Augie's main Twitter timeline, his public content creator timeline, of Augie and his mother visiting.
The cross exchange of information is actually so much that if you read the people in my thread, they even type the same. They all started doing like Kelly Jean does it, and everybody the way they do the exclamation mark stuff on like random sentences that they type. Like everybody or a lot of the people in my thread started like typing that way too. It was just funny. Like how it's so obvious.
Grand Canyon. Salvo posted a short making fun of Augie's mother and the way she looks with a green screen background on a short. And then did a live stream talking about how he wants to fuck Augie's mom and all this shit. And that stream is honestly one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I don't, Augie might hate me for saying that. I love Augie. But that stream is genuinely one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was actually insanely funny. I watched it like, I don't know, a year ago maybe. Stupid funny. Just stupid funny. Unfortunately, hate to say it. But yeah, so Willie, I understand it's not popular to stick your neck out and say, Salvo's being slandered here. But he kind of just did. He kind of just repeated doxing claims. I don't know if Augie called it doxing. Apparently Augie has called it doxing in the past. But just repeated doxing claims without any evidence, and they seem to be just bullshit from what I know. Like, it's just totally absurd. But it doesn't stop there, because Augie, on Chud's stream, said Willie is completely misrepresenting that conversation. Because what actually happened is a couple months ago, Augie and Willie had a private call where Willie was venting some of his frustrations, his fears, his worries about getting aped all over social media, about getting aped in the replies, about just getting aped all over the place, aped and torn asunder. Aped and torn asunder. Willie was actually venting his frustrations about this to Augie. And Augie, in an attempt to commiserate and empathize and, be on Willie's level, said, oh yeah, man, it was rough for me as well when I was going through that stuff with Salvo. It can really get to you. I get it, man. Who cares if Salvo was slandered? Very easy position to take, Smeggle, but this is about principles, okay? I understand it's easy to say who cares when someone you don't like. But WillieMac is one that would endlessly bitch about Hassan for getting something wrong about Netanyahu, for instance. Are we saying Salvo is more deserving of slander than Netanyahu? That's what WillieMac seems to be saying. Hey. What was I saying exactly? Yeah, so in an attempt to commiserate, Augie brings up his experiences with Salvo. He doesn't say, I quit the internet because of this. He was commiserating with Willie. And apparently, when Willie started talking about sort of how he was feeling, Augie tried to sort of push back and ask a couple questions. Be like, oh, well, what are they doing? They're harassing you? What's happening? And Willie freaked out. Willie instantly apparently goes to Augie. Are you recording right now? Are you recording me right now? You try to set me up? Because he fears that I or Chud or someone is in everyone's ear trying to turn people against this guy. And that's why all of a sudden people are talking shit about him. Why all of a sudden people say, wait, is this guy retarded? Not because of his own embarrassing actions. Not because for a long time his videos have been swept for, despite being utter dog shit, being essentially clip compilations that fail to make any argument through the entire runtime in some of them. Not because he has no understanding of the principles he espouses and simply adopts them because they're convenient from the groups that he's in. But because I must have, and this is a Destiny narrative too, I must have, me, a sub 10k, hard stuck, sub 10k, 500 viewer max streamer, control the entirety of H3 Snark, Kiwi Farms, Commentary YouTube, the Destiny community cast-offs.
Like, no, you don't control them. You just like work along with it. And then you and Gisticle like are always like scheming in the background. But like, again, he was in fucking Lonerbox's chat. We see him typing in Pisco's chat. You see him and Gisticle talking to each other and pressuring all these other streamers. Like you literally just said, you go to my KF thread to grab information to post on your videos. Somehow your entire chat knows who Blav is. Like the #1 poster on my Kiwi Farms thread. The connections are pretty obvious at this point.
Hassan Piker and his entire community. I, somehow, am the epicenter, the divergence point for these communities where everything comes together. The person pulling everything together. I'm hearing Destiny compare me to Hamas, apparently on stream today. Something that is beyond fucking parody. Hysteria.
Have I compared him to Hamas?
It's beyond parody. And for what? Because I was just the first guy saying, hey, maybe people are going a little bit too far and excusing actions against people that are against their own principles. And now apparently
That's the only thing he's done. True. The only reason why people don't like this little bonger fuck is because he said, oh, maybe you're going a little bit too far, betraying your principles. True.
I'm the guy who's no bad tactics, only bad targets. After months of fighting on that, after hemorrhaging viewers for 3 to 6 months over that exact position, over arguing that exact position, for people that I don't have any sympathy for, particularly, Hassan Piker, Bad Empanada, whoever it is they've decided to sign a Denims TV. Like I give a fuck about denims. But somehow they have found a way to just manufacture.
Like, didn't I have a link the other day? Like, he's saying, oh, I don't give a fuck about these people. Wasn't him and Aaron Straighterade and like 2 other of these like weirdos all talking about and shitting on Ethan relating to the lawsuits? Didn't I just have that YouTube video up like 3 days ago? Like, they're literally all doing this. He's like, I don't care about these people. Meanwhile, makes content out of all of it.
This desperate smear. When I have, for months, laid out exactly what my criticisms are. Exactly what they are. Think, for all these people.
Oh, it was Aaron and Augie. I think Queeman was in that stream as well, wasn't he?
Who claim, Willie, who says this all the time. If you've got an issue with my video, if you've got an issue with something I said, respond to it. Fire up a live stream and react. Do a response video. Why is it that Willie only engages, ask yourself, why is it that Willie only engages with a single clip where he can cry victim in a completely incoherent way with the rest of the arguments in the video about doxing and his wedding and his bride? Why is it that that is the only thing Willie engages with? I think the answer's pretty obvious. I think the answer's pretty clear. Yeah, we'll jump on Hutch's stream. I bet he won't talk to... Assume he won't talk to Augie. I would love to... If Nick would like to do his part and moderate a debate between me and Willie, that could be also... That's a neutral ground, isn't it? Yeah, I'm more than open to any of these suggestions. I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway.
It's funny how whenever Queeman and Jessica target a new person with hate segments like Hutch or Willie, they're doxed in a week by Kiwi Farms and Bad Banana. True. The anti-fans are going around even small creators like Wick to pressure them to stop platforming you, LOL, comparing you to Mike from SS. Or the Kiwi Farmers. Wait, what? Who is this?
Well, very fair, but I think you've been witnessing it grow over the last few weeks.
Who the fuck is this guy?
You know, Mike from PEA growing more and more anti-Semitic to the point of yelling blood libel. Hassan, you know, essentially being such an extremist. He, what was it, today or the other day? Forgive me. Went on a rant about how Kamala Harris would be the exact same as Donald Trump. And now we have Destiny, who's just openly wanting to dox people.
Okay, well, doxing is bad. I disavow doxing. Anyone who's doxing left, right, center, my team, their team, Destiny's team, Hassan's team, any team that doxes, you shouldn't do that. I disavow doxing bad. Okay.
But it's not just, in essence, disavowing. Do you not think that just as you were equally saying that, you know, for Pisco and Econoboy, we should despise any connections or, you know, affiliating with what they are, especially in the Democratic Party?
That's so crazy. First of all, Wick doesn't do the weak, like, gistical disavow. We're like, oh, I disavow. Like, Wick is on, like, fucking Twitter constantly, like, Destiny, you shouldn't do this, and blah, 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 right? I know I don't hate Wick or whatever, but, like, me and Wick obviously disagree on this point, and it's obvious that we disagree on this point. And my guess, I don't know how much crossover is between mine and Wick's community. My guess is most of Wick's chat probably agrees with Wick on this point, that, like, all doxing is bad or whatever. So, like, you don't have to actually guess. Wick is not doing this, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like all these fucking losers do. But now notice this guy lifting not only my arguments, but stronger versions of my argument, where I'm like, hey, bro, it's not enough for you to wink, wink, nudge, nudge, tell people not to do this. If your whole community is involved, that's pretty fucked. This guy's saying you need to go even further and say, not only is it you need to disavow and your community needs to disavow, you have to get rid of all the toxic connections. Wait, what?
Do you not think any connections or, you know, affiliating with what they are, especially in the Democratic Party? Do you not think equally so would be Destiny and all these other people who've gotten more extreme over the last year?
So I don't have the same opinion or argument as Destiny when it comes to Pisco and Econoboy. And I think I said this after the panel that I had with them a couple weeks ago when Destiny left. I don't think Econoboy should have left Live and Learn or should have been kicked out of Live and Learn. I don't think that Pisco needs to disavow or stop working with Straighterade. I do think that the Democrats, as a rule, and Pisco and Econoboy, I think that their ignorance of what I think the left, the lefties, the socialists, the communists do in these spaces is what makes it a problem. If they are aware, right, that a lot of socialists, a lot of communists will try to subvert and infiltrate these spaces, I think it's fine to work with them or on a specific issue, and I think it's fine to have them on your show or even co-host with them, right?
But I think it's getting a little bit lost because I'm not just focused on the aspects of them being socialist or, Hassan Piker being a freaking tanky.
Oh, you're
I'm
talking
more
about
focused.
doxing? Yeah, I think doxing is...
No, not just doxing. It's the notion of we have now allowed a festering idea of extremism is okay within our party to the point where anybody that goes low, we need to go lower.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get revenge on you for what you did is a problem. I agree as a concept. I think that, and I've argued with Destiny about this, right? That he's like, well, they're doing it, we should be able to do it too. I don't think that that's necessarily the case, especially in situations where the other side is doing what I would consider immoral actions. I don't think we need to sink to their level, and this is an argument me and Destiny have had many a time, right? He knows my stance on this. I know his stance on this.
I get that from I get that from your standpoint, but is it not time to say that he has become so, not him specifically, but all these characters has become so cancerous to not just the party, but just even platforms altogether, where now we're seeing like Nicholas Fiorio have a commentator civil war over this entire situation?
I don't know. Like, I know who...
Like, I don't even know if Wick has any, like, crossover at all with, like, any commentary people. Maybe they do, and I've just missed it, but this guy is clearly... This guy sounds like he's from the Queen Majestical orbit. If he's bringing up Nicholas Diorio, I wonder if... Does Wick even know who he is? I don't know. Maybe he does, actually, maybe, and I just haven't followed that.
Nicholas Diorio have a commentator civil war over this entire situation.
I don't know. Like, I know who he is. I just don't know what you're...
It's the whole situation where Destiny and WillieMac show are like talking and like co-friends in regards to the doxing situation against Augie and a bunch of other stuff that's going on. But like, that's just what I'm saying. It's even gotten to the point where it's spreading past political communities.
Names I'm not familiar with.
A small commentary.
Yeah, Wick has no clue. And I'm not saying Wick is dumb. This is a totally separate community. Like, most of you people probably don't know a lot of these commentary people.
No, hold on. I think that it's not okay.
Except for when I bring up this fucking drama shit on stream.
I'll be real with you. It's not coming from on top and seeping to the small commentary communities. It's the opposite. Commentary has always been this way. This is not new. This is not different. This is standard practice for them forever. What's different is it's seeping up into these more mainstream kind of bigger platforms, and they are, for whatever reason, being able to pull levers on these bigger stages. But no, this isn't new.
That's one of my talking points. I don't know if you got it from me or not, but Hassan platforming Bad Up and Out is just unhinged.
I'm not saying that it's new, but I'm saying in the past how people used to be ejected from YouTube, we should treat those like Mike from PA, like Hassan, like freaking Keffels, like freaking Destiny as aerosol in the past and completely
I like how he wraps me in with those three other people based.
Rid of them. Stop thinking or caring.
There's two things. Someone wants to come on, I guess, and fight you on the doxing thing. Is that okay?
I guess.
I guess too. But before I do that, I don't know who he is. Maybe he's stupid and we'll kick him. I don't know. But the second thing I ask is, before I bring him on, what is your advocacy here for me, right?
My advocacy for you is, even though I understand, especially with your conversations recently, he's a bit of a cash cow, to no longer associate or work or utilize him. Like Aerosol.
Oh, I like how he's very blatant and open about it. Nice.
Especially with your conversations recently, he's a bit of a cash cow, to no longer associate or work or utilize him. Like Aerosol of the past.
Well, I've had Nazis on my show. I would have a murderer on my show. I'd have a rapist on my show. I'm not here like platforming you or having you on my show doesn't mean I condone your actions in any way, shape, or form. And if I'd have a Nazi on the show if I felt it was appropriate for the topic, why would I not have someone who even if I will grant you everything you said, is a doxer on my show? Why wouldn't I do that?
Probably because we shouldn't.
I'd have a communist on my show.
Well, because it's not the theory or the ideals that they apply to. It's the action that's committed that we don't want in civil society. The same reason why I have a small platform, but I've been so scared to actually join the internet is because of this type of idiocy.
People are asking, would I have Hassan on my show? Yes, I'd have Mike from PA on my show. I've had Tankies on my show. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like this.
I think what's getting lost a little bit is though it's not just their ideals, it's the actions and what they say.
Who have behaved badly. Hassan, who I believe has behaved badly and done bad actions. Like I'd have them on my show. Right? I don't see being on my show as me condoning what you are doing. If they've done something illegal, right, then the law should take care of that.
Then do you not think, or actually not even not think, prior to you getting the gentleman on, would you say that it's whatever in your mind, or it's a negative that the Fuck America tour had a bit of difficulty starting up due to what is his Destiny attitude, especially with the political sphere nowadays?
Yeah, as I've argued with Destiny, I think it loses him opportunities. I think it hurts us. I think it hurts Democrats. I think it hurts our electoral ability. And we've had this argument. Yes, I agree with you on there. But let's bring in the gentleman.
Of course.
Hello, gentleman caller.
Okay, we won't watch all this, but supposedly this guy says I'm the only reason Hassan is relevant?
Like, that's why I find it hilarious. Can you please let me finish? That's why I find it hilarious, because the biggest person keeping Hassan alive is Destiny, because he just won't let him die and stop talking about him. For God's sakes, the biggest reason why I know so much about Hassan is Destiny.
Well, doesn't Hassan have like 50,000 viewer live streams? Like, isn't Hassan
on Twitch? How popular is he on YouTube?
He's also popular on Twitter, on TikTok. He has even YouTube channel.
Why are these people so obsessed with getting you removed from other shows? Because this is how it all works. How many times do I have to repeat this? Justical Queen, this is how it all works. This is what they're trying to do with Willie. It's why everybody's mad that I think Nicholas Diorio is not taking a strong enough stance. If you don't follow, it's why Justical's Discord server has an e-rape defense for him. If you don't align 100% with every single thing they say, do, and believe, then they will isolate you and then try to excise you from communities and make sure nobody's friends with you, nobody talks to you. Like, this is what they do.
Well, yes, because just as we were talking about the issue of extremism and whatnot, where do you think they most likely fester?
I don't know
Twitter,
what you mean.
Reddit,
So, like,
you know, these communities that allow and promote and, you know, kind of like softly introduce into other communities extreme ideals. I mean, literally, Hassan got popular because of Destiny. Are you stupid?
in the year
what the fuck are you saying?
In the year 2025, why is Hassan popular right now?
Because he continuously promotes terrorism, and his fucking Destiny continuously attacks him. That makes wonderful clips for
Here's
Twitter.
a question for you to determine if you're actually for the asylum. If tomorrow Destiny disappears, he goes into witness protection, disappears. You're saying that Hassan will become irrelevant?
No, I'm saying that he would lose relevance because those that don't get attention die. They'll die off, not literally
You're
die.
saying that he will be like half as important as he is now.
Forgive me, isn't that what happened with that one crazy guy who made a 50-page docs about who Destiny sleeps with? That nobody talked to him, and now he's, you know, castigated to the edges of social media? So what the fuck are you talking about?
Is he comparing Hassan to Mr. Girl?
Mr. Girl.
Yeah, Mr. Girl. Nobody fucking talks to him because he went crazy and got ousted. Like,
Wick, I want the moderator to give opinion. Do you think if Destiny disappeared tomorrow, Hassan will follow the fate of Mr. Girl?
Hassan has a whole team behind him. He gets on NPR, he gets on CNN. He has a lot of journalists that prop him up and give him attention.
Did I say that he would die or that he would lose relevancy and eventually die? Kind of like how he was the largest streamer on Twitch and is now getting beat by Asmongold, who's kind of fucking stupid, no?
Do you think he will lose any relevance, Wick?
Would he lose any relevance? I don't think so. I think that he'd just be free to... What I think would happen is him and Asmongold would go at it, and they would flip farm each other, and that would be that.
I think this is somewhat delusional if you cannot see a big issue.
How many viewers does Asmongold get? Like 100,000 a stream? Like, he's huge, isn't he?
I'm saying it is a bit delusional to think that one of the biggest characters being, you know, who is so inflamed against that it garners attention to is Destiny with Hassan.
Bro, you have Destiny derangement syndrome. Everything around you revolves around Destiny. Even Hassan.
No, because it was literally, we need to oust these people, just like we should with Mike from PA, just like we should from Hassan. We should do the same with Destiny. From the
rationalizing reasons to kick Destiny.
I'm not. It sounds like you weren't listening originally when you were here.
No, I'm listening perfectly. So you tried the docs thing, it doesn't work. You're trying now to say that there is Hassan is
wait. How did the docs thing not work? Because it absolutely did. It just sounds like you don't understand because you don't want to.
When someone is attacking you and attacking everyone around you, and it's
so once again, how is Destiny the victim in this situation? As I said earlier, that you never answered. You can if you answer the question.
Yes, I'll explain how Destiny is a victim in this situation. So you have a whole anonymous community that is constantly coordinating harassment campaigns against not only him, not only people around him directly, not only people who talk to him online, but people who mention him online and don't immediately condemn him are also threatened, doxed, and harassed until they anathemize him completely.
So what was the harassment campaign that these people did? Let me finish. What was the harassment campaign that these people did that made Destiny...
before you interrupt.
He's literally monologuing without getting to the point. Because what did these people do? No, you didn't. What was the action? That they were talking about how Destiny did some fuck shit with Pixie, where, hey, even though it may not be a win in Pixie's case, he's still a crappy person and they talked about it? This is fucking ridiculous.
That's literally the only thing true.
Just real quick, Van. Hold on, just real quick, Van. What did Ukrainian Anna do that required Ryle Kittenhouse to say that she should be raped?
I don't know.
Oh shit, does he know the talking point for this? Before Ryle got Uber doxed and ejected off the fucking internet. See ya, rip bozo. The talking point for here was that Ryle had no idea that Vim had just said that Anna needed to be raped. He thought that she just said that Anna needed to be murdered or whatever. And that's why he was saying Can't Closeband was correct about her, which is funny, but...
Because isn't Ryle Kittenhouse a massive Twitter guy?
With a woman or a man? Did she engage in any sex pestery? Did she engage in any doxing behavior?
I don't know. It sounds more like the animosity of what is a lackey for J-Stock and who perceives somebody being a lackey for Destiny.
What I'm asking this for, the reason I'm asking is because she has been a victim of this harassment campaign that they have engaged in, right? Because she is associated with Destiny. So when this gentleman here at DRT0 says that these people engage and attack people who are even just associated around Destiny, this is one example of him being just correct.
Which literally was initiated, like I said, when they simply started discussing the Destiny Pixie situation. That started the fallout, where Destiny was going after these people's information. So how is he a victim of harassment in this case? Now, to the degree in which you describe of, you know, this woman in Destiny's community versus Ryle Kittenhouse, sounds like the fallout of those who perceive their internet war. Do you disagree with that?
I disagree. So you're...
I'm asking Wick.
Oh, I was only half listening. Can you repeat?
That what this is, that what we're seeing now of the woman that you described being attacked by Kyle, her being attacked by the Ryle Kittenhouse character is because it is the end abouts of what we see of an internet war and not the trigger in which we are describing and talking.
The trigger. What do you think the trigger is?
Destiny doxing people. Say it. Destiny doxing people for no reason. Destiny attacking people for no reason. Say it.
It was these small communities talking about Destiny and Pixie situation.
Oh, that was it. Just them talking. Oh, just that was the only thing. Oh, okay.
And you think that this is what...
That is what ultimately started this massive fallout.
Does it matter?
The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure it's in my court filings now that Justigal was literally directly communicating with Pixie, trying to figure out what was okay for him to say on stream and not on stream. Justigal was literally saying that he could join at any time the lawsuit because he has so much important information to drop about me, but he decided he didn't want to because it was too dangerous for him, whatever the fuck that means.
Matter what started it at the end of the day?
Apparently so, because this is what deems to Destiny being a victim and how he is then allowed to take the offense.
I disagree
as
with the
DRTO is
I
describing.
disagree with DRTO that allows him to engage in the same kind of practices. I don't think that's right, and I don't think he should be doing that. I think that's wrong of him to do so. DRT0 and I disagree on this. But to act as if these people are being attacked are just simply innocents that aren't engaging in the exact same fucking behavior is laughable, honestly, to me. They're both engaging in the shittery, okay?
The reason I said that it's not... The reason I said it's retaliation, and it's, in my opinion, justified retaliation, is not because they were talking about the Pixie situation. This is not the reason Destiny is... this is not the harassment. The harassment is everyone around him being threatened, being doxxed, even regardless of the Pixie situation. Just mentioning Destiny in a positive manner without without saying he's a bad person or anything like that is enough to get you doxxed on Kiwi Farms. Look at what happened to Hutch. He didn't talk about...
Hutch, Josiah...
the Pixie situation, like Ukrainian Anna, even though it's completely ridiculous to say that Ukrainian Anna talking about mentioning offhand that situation makes her part of some holy war. Regardless of that, Hutch didn't do that, and he still got supremely harassed by that filth. So when everyone around you is getting done that to them, put yourself in that situation. If everyone you talk to who doesn't spit on you is like being harassed and gets threatened to get their lives ruined, wouldn't you retaliate? Wouldn't you think you have some moral authority to retaliate in that situation?
No. It would actually... the moral authority, you freaking idiot. What you would do as the moral authority, especially being the larger platform, would be to move on or make jokes as he did in the past.
And then there's this always, the deranged, oh, you have the bigger platform, so just move on. The infinite harassment machine. As long as your singular individual stream is smaller than the other person, you have carte blanche to do any possible thing that you want. True.
Not take the offensive and push his communities to dox people. What the hell are you on?
Platform size doesn't matter. This is asymmetric warfare. You have people who are anonymous versus person who has his name and face, and everyone he associates with have their name and faces. So you're saying that somehow because he's a big channel, he should allow everyone around him to get their lives ruined. This is ridiculous. If you were the big channel and everyone around you was getting their lives ruined because of something you did, you would also retaliate.
No. Once again,
what I think should happen.
He would be the bigger man.
Here's what I think should happen. Trump should federalize the police to occupy the internet, basically. DGG and all these other communities should be sat on, and all of it should be demilitarized. Okay, gang. That's what I think should happen. Is there anything... look, I think this has gone on long enough. Thank you guys for calling in.
Okay, can I say one final thing?
One final thing, go ahead.
Check out my channel if you enjoy this convo. I'm trying to grow it.
Check him out, gang, I guess.
Can I do one speculation?
Do the one speculation real quick, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that guy is in those servers. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe someday we'll find him there.
See you later, buddy.
See you later.
Fuck me. Okay, last album, and then we're done with all this shit for real, okay? Check out his channel? No, I'm good. This is in Jessica's Discord server. Did Blav actually make an account on here a long time ago? This is 1 year and 5 months ago. Someone already said above, this is my name in my Cave account. I want to know where Sunday lives for no interesting reason. I don't want his docs. If I wanted it, I would try other things other than asking a 70 IQ chat room from a subhuman bonger streamer. Can you tell me why I would even want to dox Sunday? He's done nothing wrong to me. It's definitely not my first time on Discord, but I'm generally curious if it has been purged recently, which I'm guessing is the case. Oh, Jessica had to start doing regular purges of his entire Discord because of the unhinged shit that they would say constantly. Is this... Oh, this might be spicy chat. I'm sorry, this might be spicy chat. He's the KFer who wrote the post about Lord Southern. Your line of questioning is not only suspicious, but incredibly pathetic coming from a new Discord. Get good. I'm not American. I don't know American accents. I'm just curious where he's from. Is that really hard to believe? Oh, and then he left the server. This is March 16th, 2024. Why did his profile change? I've had this name since before Live was an orbiter. It's a meaningless set of letters. It doesn't mean anything. Oh shit, and then he changed his profile? Was he actually in Spicy Chat a long time ago? Spicy Chat, General Spicy Edition. Blab is a hero. Wasn't that Blab's PFP at one point? Justical Mods thought I was Blab and banned me, but I got banned instantly. They confused Blab with Black Lav. Blab rests his soul in his unhinged walls of text about how much he hated Peach were a thing of beauty. Man was a professional hater. An appeal from Blav, by the way. Oh, literally cross-posting. Oh, this was in January of this year. His post on from KF to Spicy Chat. Also, I would appreciate if Chud's Jannies would stop banning all my accounts from his Discord. I promise I won't dox anyone anymore. It would just be nice to have a main place of communication if it's needed, since Destiny will always find a new way to shoot himself in the foot a couple months from now, and I will probably want to mock him again. Or at least, if you suspect that an account is mine, don't ban it. Thank you. Vald equals Blab genius. Isn't Blab the psycho KFer? Blab with the save, and Blab is banned. Oh, if we're talking alts, then Blab is probably 30% of the people that post in that thread. True. Blab reply stream. Da 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 da. Oh, Queeman. Oh, crazy how he knows about this obscure person on my Queeforms thread. Oh, it's Justical. I actually forgot just how reliable that schizo poster is. Why is this guy trying to reinforce that even Blab's most deranged theories are correct? So Justical and Queeman are guilty to Destiny because they've talked to Blav? New Blav leaks in KF. Holy fuck, this Blav guy is insane. Ha ha ha. Limeo still have Blav's balls in your mouth. Blav is competent. Blav obviously would know how to avoid that. I actually forgot just how reliable that schizo poster is. Why is this guy trying to oh, this is the same message. Blav is pretty on the money. He's careful. Maybe Blav's psychoanalysis of Destiny is right. True. You will come to find that Blav is often right. At this table, Blav is a hero. President Sunday, cute. Total Blav victory. Do we know this Dean person? Am I supposed to know who this guy is? It goes to show that Blav is completely right when he says that if you're unhinged and obsessed enough, you can fuck with anyone online. President Sunday too. So President Sunday, I think is like, I hate him. I think he's weird and fucking whatever. But President Sunday is his own crazy person. I don't think President Sunday is ever involved in the weird like group dynamics of like Justical and Queeman. President Sunday is like a chaotic meteor that just like comes through solar systems, and whoever he doesn't like, he'll just do his own thing. I don't like him, but I don't think he's like part of the group dynamics of like all of this stuff. He's just is there and crazy. Blav is a hero based. This is like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I forgot the Solo Leaks guy came from Queeman's community. 04. This is 4 months ago. Oh, even these guys knew it. Solo would slowly leak everything he was sent and basically gave time for Destiny to delete all the videos and shit, but he didn't. The beginning of the leaks are Sunday explaining the timeline of Solo leaks to WillieMac. Solo leaked shit through a bunch of people here and in Queeman's. And apparently the Solo guy was leaking in Spicy Chat for a bit as well, but they banned him from there when he started doing it. I don't want to watch Destiny porn, but who else is in the league? Jesus Christ. Nice. Queenman. It's not fun now that everyone knows about the Lawrence Southern thing. Nice. Based. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Is the solo person the one who originally spread all of your revenge porn? Yep. Strangely absent from the court case, though. Weird how that works. Okay.
All right, did you hear about this? A Democrat
Done with the drama. Good job, guys.
whistleblower has told the FBI that then Congressman Adam Schiff approved leaking classified information in order to discredit President Trump, and the White House is giving its first reaction.
Man.
The president has already said he wants to see.
He really just takes what Fox News says and just believes it immediately, uncritically. I love the media analysis.
Adam Schiff held accountable for the countless lies he told the American people in relation to the Russiagate scandal.
I hope that Trump knows that there is nothing that would make people that vote for him happier than if he actually put one of these people up for treason.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Like, the moment that he charges a congressperson for treason, I think his poll numbers will go up by a high one-digit number.
They literally can't go up anymore with conservatives. His polling numbers are like trapped at like 90%. Conservatives just love. MAGA is obsessed with Trump. There's no room for them to even go up that much.
Like, I'm thinking 8%. Like when people see shit happening like that, oh my God.
I have a quote from the FBI director.
Bad take. Okay, clip it. Just clip it. Wait, maybe 10.
Years, certain officials used their positions to selectively leak classified information to shape political narratives. It was all done with one purpose: to weaponize intelligence and law enforcement for political gain. Those abuses eroded public trust in our institutions. The FBI will now lead the charge with our partners at DOJ and Congress.
Iowa Congresswoman Mariannette Miller-Meeks joins me now to react. Congresswoman, good morning to you. If true,
what kind of treason? I don't know.
Serious of an offense is this?
I don't know what kind of treason. Just any kind of treason. Just be based. Watch Democrats getting executed. Centrist, by the way. Center left, by the way.
Can be done.
Yep.
Well, it certainly is very serious, and Shifty Adam Schiff is
Shifty Adam Schiff. Shifty Adam Schiff. Shifty Adam Schiff.
Justifying his name that he was given. Leaking classified information, as you know, is a serious offense, and it will be up to the Oversight Committee, Judiciary Committee, in order to handle this. But this is a very serious allegation. I've asked for Senator Schiff to resign. He should resign immediately.
Well, a Democrat staffer is the whistleblower.
Yeah.
He was a Democrat staffer on the House Intel
She's trying to
Committee
say Shifty Schiff lived up to his name, but she tongue-twisted herself and she couldn't do it. It's okay. I do it myself.
For 12 years.
Yep.
And on top of claiming that Adam Schiff approved leaking classified information, this person also said Ranking Member Schiff was particularly upset as he had believed he would have been appointed as the director of the CIA had candidate Hillary Clinton won the election. What do you make of those details?
What a surprise.
Well, remember that we were upset with Adam Schiff being put on Intel and kept on Intel. We thought he should have left Intel, been off of Intel when this was suspected earlier before, when also suspected that he was lying.
I'm sure you're aware, but this is how Tectone gets his news. He doesn't watch news. He's got the typical talking points, but watches Asmongold. I mean, a lot of people do watch Asmongold for news. More people on Twitch watch Asmon than any other streamer. He's the most popular political streamer in the world, right? Who else gets 50,000 plus concurrent viewers doing politics online? I don't think anybody else does. This is the Joe Rogan of the streaming sphere, right? In terms of reach and everything.
Lying about classified information. So
Nobody
this is a serious
this.
charge. He needs to be held accountable. But people need to call for his resignation. And I think members of Congress, at least on the Republican side.
No. The thing is that everybody gets so tired of this calling for resignation shit. No, you got to put them in jail. You put people like this in jail, and then things start to change. The problem is that the only...
We tried to put somebody in jail for this, and we followed the process, and no one cared and nothing happened, and you just called it all political. Donald Trump was convicted of 34 felons. Judge didn't want to give any jail time because he thought it would look bad since the guy was the president now again. We had cases open against Trump that were being actively pursued, but Trump didn't cooperate with anything, waited till he won the election, and now they're all gone. So, I mean, what? Clearly you don't want that. You just want one side to be jailed.
The worst case scenario for these people is that they just get to retire until their friend group gets back in power, and then they get to act like they were the victim. That's really the issue, is that nobody ever gets charged for anything bad. Nobody ever gets really in trouble for this shit. They fearmonger the grunts with treason and the higher ups. Yeah, as a former Intel guy, this really pisses me off. They fearmonger the grunts with treason and the higher ups get free passes and book deals. Yeah, no, of course that's what happens. Of course. What a surprise.
2 weeks ago? Bro, I don't care. We're done. We're moving on with that.
This is the same thing that happens in every company and every apparatus is happening there too. Wow, what a surprise.
Are asking for him to step down.
How will the investigation into this play out?
What polls do you use for Trump's approval? You can just look up Gallup. Trump approval rating. All right, don't these guys keep track of it? Oh, they're sliding. Sorry, I lied. I said they were 90, stuck there, never moved. They were at 89. Okay, 89% of Republicans. My bad. Okay. Whew, he took a big hit on the Epstein stuff, I guess. Wow. He's losing a lot with independents, at least. That's good. However, I don't know what number of people that is even made up of, but.
I think what you'll see is even though we are on our August work period in our districts, you'll start to see that Judiciary and the Oversight Committee will start making, proposals that he be brought in to give testimony in front of the House to be a witness. They'll start investigations, and they may issue subpoenas. They may wait until we're back in, but those plans are ongoing now.
Okay, well, a spokesperson for Adam Schiff responded to Fox News Digital saying Kash Patel's latest smear against Senator Schiff is absolutely and categorically false, and it's just the latest in a series of defamatory attacks from the president and his allies meant to distract from their plummeting poll numbers in the Epstein file scandal. These baseless smears are based on allegations.
See, Trump needs to release that Epstein shit. Like, he really does, because like that's like his January 6th right now. Because like they're right with the Epstein stuff.
I like how he says the Epstein files are like Trump's January 6th. Motherfucker, January 6th was Trump's January 6th. What are you talking about? Oh my God.
That's the problem, is that he gave them ammunition, and it's working ammunition. Like, he's right.
Kill me!
Like, he's got to get this under control because it makes him look like a retard. He won't? Just take himself off the list. Why can't he just take himself off the list? Yeah, if he's on the list, just take it off.
What? Is he advocating for Trump to lie and cover for himself?
Well, because it makes him look like a retard. He won't? Just take himself off the list. Why can't he just take himself off the list? Yeah, if he's on the list, just take it off.
Found to be not reliable, not credible, and unsubstantiated from a disgruntled former staffer who was fired by the House Intelligence Committee for cause in early 2017. Your reaction to that statement from the Schiff camp?
Again, he's living up to his name. He's trying to deflect blame and attention from him and from his actions. This was already, people already suspected him of both lying about classified information and leaking classified information. You now have a whistleblower. We didn't have to change the whistleblower law like they did with President Trump and the Russian collusion hoax. But these are serious allegations.
Supporting a pedo to remove evidence as crimes? I'm going to ban you. I'm just going to ban you.
What?
That's not what I said.
Wait, what did you say? That's what I heard. Don't ban me. Wait, I thought that's what he said. That's what it sounded like.
President Trump and the Russian collusion hoax. But these are serious allegations.
Supporting a pedo to remove evidence as crimes? I'm going to ban you. I'm just going to ban you. That's not what I said. I'm saying, like, if somebody, like, I don't see the logic, though, right? Because, like, if somebody is, like, a fucking psychopath pedophile, why wouldn't he just remove himself? Like, I mean, this is obviously not a person of good moral caliber, right?
Oh, he was just asking a question. Okay, well, it sounded like he was making it as kind of a statement, but okay.
I mean, I would not expect this to be like a law-abiding, upstanding moral paragon.
You mean the felon is not a law-abiding? Okay.
I never said that. Yeah, and y'all gonna get people, not y'all, like there's like 3 people in chat that are like this. If you do one of those things where it's like, I'm gonna take what you say in a way that you didn't intend it and then like try to like reframe it to make you look bad, you will get permit.
Ooh.
Everybody knows what we're talking about. Everybody knows what's being discussed. Yeah. It's that simple. You already made the argument 3 weeks ago because the third party would release it full unredacted list anyway. That's the only way it makes sense to me. I don't think it's that easy to just remove yourself from evidence, though. Well, he's the president. Like, you really, I mean, if he can't figure that out, he's a moron. People delete and destroy evidence all the time.
And he will be held accountable.
All right. There's also this that we want to ask you about. Ending on some positive news here. The U.S. military is seeing a significant spike in female military recruits across all service branches. This year, there have been nearly 24,000.
It's probably just, it's gone up in general, right? I mean, that's really what it is. But no, I saw this guy, like, I hope Trump knows that if he actually goes and arrests these people, pretty much everybody will be happy. Everybody will be happy on this. It'll be great. Is reasonable ban someone misconstrues your statement? However, someone's misunderstanding your statement, then it's wrong? No, misunderstanding. No. Every time, oh, it's a misunderstanding. No, it's not. It's you're trying to reframe something to make, like, a lot of these people live and die by optics. And so they build everything that they say and do around how it sounds. That's what matters the most to them, is how something sounds. And so that's the reason why they say it that way. It's bad faith. Exactly.
Hey.
CNN did a video about Destiny.
Stop. Newly declassified top secret emails sent on December 22nd, 2016, complying with President Obama's order to create the Manufactured January 2017 ICA about Russia expose how DNI James Clapper demanded the IC fall in line behind the Russia hoax. Clapper admits that it was a team sport that required compromise on our normal modalities. Okay. Jim. I've just returned from a TDY. What does that stand for? Trip, Dick, Your Mom. Oh, temporary duty? What? What's the Y for? We've gone over this before, have we? Okay, fuck, whatever. Okay. The Y is for your mama. We've just returned from a TDY overseas and been updated on the current status of our efforts to produce a joint product related to Russia attribution and intent for the DNC/DCCC hacks. I know that this activity is on a fast track and that folks have been working very hard to put together a product that could be provided to the president. However, I wanted to reach out to you directly to let you know of some concerns I have with what I've been hearing from my folks. Specifically, I asked my team if they'd had sufficient access to the underlying intelligence and sufficient review of that intelligence. On both points, my team raised concerns. They were clear that at the staff level, folks have been forward-leaning and trying to ensure that we have an opportunity to review and weigh in. But I'm concerned that, given the expedited nature of this action, my folks aren't fully comfortable saying that we've had enough time to review all of the intelligence, be absolutely confident in their assessments. To be clear, I'm not saying that we disagree substantively, but I do want to make sure that when we are asked in the future whether we can absolutely stand behind the paper, that we don't have any reason to hesitate because of the process. I know that you agree that this is something we need to be 100% comfortable with before we present it to the president. We have one chance to get this right, and it is critical that we do so. If the intent is to create an integrated product that the CIA, that is CIA/FBI/NSA jointly authored, that we can all defend, we need a process that allows us all to be comfortable, and I'm concerned we are not there yet. In addition, if NSA is intended to be co-author of this product, I personally expect to see even the most sensitive evidence related to the conclusion. However, if your intent is to create a CIA only or CIA/FBI authored product, then I will stand down on these concerns. I would welcome your thoughts on any of these points and any adjustments we might make to the process to ensure that we have the necessary level of confidence in the final assessment. Okay, this is from Michael Roger, who is the head of the, what was this guy's job at the time? Michael Rogers. Was the NSA director? Is that what we're talking about here? I think. Okay. And then James R. Clapper responds. And then Clapper was the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence. Okay. Just making sure. Mike, John, Jim. Understand your concern. Hold on. What the fuck is this bullshit? Good one. Okay. Understand your concern. It is essential that we, CIA/NSA/FBI/ODNI, be on the same page and are all supportive of the report and the highest tradition of that's our story and we're sticking to it. This evening, CIA has provided to the NIC the complete draft generated by the ad hoc fusion cell. We will facilitate as much mutual transparency as possible as we complete the report, but more time is not negotiable. We may have to compromise on our normal modalities since we must do this on such a compressed schedule. There's one project that has to be a team sport. Jim. This is demands that the IC fall in line behind the Russian hoax. Clapper admits it was a team sport that compromise on our normal modalities. What do they think? Is team sport just to make it sound like it was like a political thing or whatever? It sounds like they wanted to produce something and they wanted to make a joint statement from the entire intelligence community. That's what they mean when they say team sport. It sounds like Michael Rogers felt like if the CIA was who he was representing, was going to stand by it, like to say like 100% that we want a little bit more time to look over things. But obviously the timetable here is very crunched because Obama's out of office on the 20th of next month, so they have so they probably would want more time to look over this. But I mean, if they don't release it before Trump comes into office, it's never going to be released, obviously. Yeah, she's implying that team sport means partisan politics, but they just mean that if we want the whole IC to stand behind this, then everybody in the intelligence community needs to be fully comfortable with everything. But I mean, like, they were right about all of this, right? I mean, maybe that was, you could still argue that you can be right and be sloppy at the same time, right? But I mean, like, it was Russia that hacked the DNC and the DCCC and leaked everything, right? Like, that's not contested. This isn't sloppy, in my opinion. No, what's sloppy about this? Well, it's not so much that it's sloppy. It's more so that if you're going to release a joint statement from all of your intelligence community claiming that they all feel super confident about a thing that they're putting out and they want to all stand by some statement, because if you work for the CIA, the NSA, or something else, you have to you don't want to put a big weight behind a thing and then later it comes out that it's wrong. It undermines your credibility a lot. And they're pushing on a really accelerated timetable for this, and so Obama's going to be out of office soon, right? And so this Michael Rogers guy is saying, like, hey, listen, like, my people don't feel 100% comfortable. We're not saying that we disagree on anything, but we would like just like a little bit more time to go through this if you're going to 100% throw our weight behind this. So I think he was either asking for more time or more information exchange or something. And then so he's saying, like, well, we're going to we can facilitate as much mutual transparency as possible, but we can't really move on the timetable. It's not negotiable. Yeah. But it's crazy that MAGA is at a point where they can just lie in their tweets and post the source material, because she did this with the last thing that she released. And I guess they just rely on nobody reading any of the underlying stuff. But okay. They could literally just upload any email or really any picture of text and claim it finally 100% proves the Russia hoax. This is primarily from magazine. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Wait, they released that report late as well, or late as hell, and without part of the intel community. It was reported upon at the time. Wait, is that true? Did part of the IC that this guy was representing not back the report? Because if so, then that would mean that this whole thing is a waste of time, because then they didn't feel comfortable buying it and then they didn't. Wait, can you link that? Link what you're talking about right there. Hold on one second.
All right, now last night we brought you breaking news from John Solomon, justthenews.com. And last night it was about Adam Schiff, allegedly approved leaking classified information to hurt President Trump during the Russia hoax.
I love how they have like the tagline, like the, remember the Russia hoax? Oh my God.
Earlier today, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt responded to John Solomon's explosive report. Take a look at this.
Take a look at this,
The president has already said he wants to see Adam Schiff held accountable for the countless lies he told the American people in relation to the Russiagate scandal. I brought Tulsi Gabbard out to this podium to talk to you about all of that. And this administration is taking accountability very seriously. As for this new FBI whistleblower report, I understand Kash Patel last night declassified a 302 FBI document showing that a whistleblower who is a Democrat, a career intelligence officer who worked for Democrats on the House Intel Committee for more than a decade, repeatedly warned the FBI in 2017 that then Rep. Adam Schiff had approved leaking classified information to smear then President Donald Trump over the Russiagate scandal.
Are we going to find out, or did they ever mention what exactly he approved to be leaked?
This is obviously a bombshell whistleblower report. Hopefully,
It's a bombshell because I say it is, by the way.
people in this room will cover it as such.
Also, the FBI director.
I hope people will cover it as such. Make sure you put bombshell into your headlines, guys.
Bombshell whistleblower report. Hopefully, more people in this room will cover it as such.
Also, the FBI director, Kash Patel, who was all over this, he weighed in as well, writing on X, quote, "Now Congress can see how classified information was leaked to shape political narratives and decide if our institutions were weaponized against the American people." And tonight, we have more major breaking news to share. Again with John Solomon, editor-in-chief, founder, chief investigator of reporter, justthenews.com, revealing tonight that an FBI investigation uncovered the fact that Mr. Higher Honor himself, James Comey, routinely leaked classified information to the New York Times through an intermediary, a friend on the faculty of Columbia Law School. The sheer amount of leaking appears to be political, deep, dark, purposefully deceptive, and in a myriad of ways. Here with details is investigative reporter, founder of justthenews.com, editor-in-chief. All right, Mr. Higher Honor, years ago on this program, I said, you have the right to remain silent, and you might want to use it. This is a very long piece that you have here.
Yeah.
It is a worthwhile read. I'll let you sum it up, and then I want your conclusion on what you're finding here, because to me, it's very damning.
Well, what you find out is that James Comey decided not to work for the FBI press office when he wanted to change the narrative in Washington, burnish his reputation against attacks from Democrats, and try to sully Donald Trump's reputation. If you remember, Democrats were mad that James Comey let out of the bag just before the election that there might be some new evidence in the Hillary Clinton email scandal. Hillary blamed Comey for throwing the election. She blamed the Russians for throwing the election. She blamed everybody but herself for throwing the election for her. But Comey was trying to rehabilitate that. And so he had an intermediary, a Columbia law professor by the name of Daniel Richman, who the FBI confirmed and interviewed. And Richman said, yes, I used my relationship with a New York Times reporter named Michael Schmidt. He's one of the authors of the Pulitzer Prize winning package that President Trump is now suing over. And my goal was to improve negative stories about James Comey and to set a narrative, i.e. set the Russia collusion narrative. This guy worked around the
Wait, does anybody have a link to his story or his report? What is the actual quote here? Don't ever trust any of these ghouls summarizing anything.
Official channels of the FBI press office. And at one point, the FBI noted, you met with James Comey. He gave you access to classified information. A short while later, you had a conversation with that New York Times reporter, and he ends up reporting something that appears to be classified. Did you do it? And he gives, I think, perhaps the most famous denial people will remember since Bill Clinton says it depends what the meaning of the word is when he tried to obfuscate whether he had an affair with Monica Lewinsky. He says, I can say, I don't think I confirmed the information. I can say.
Wait, was that what the Bill Clinton thing was? Depends on is? I thought that was in response to asking if he had ever had sex with Monica Lewinsky. And he said it depends on what that means, because I don't think they had penis and vagina sex. It was oral sex or whatever. I feel like that's what that was in reference to, but I could be wrong on that.
With a discount that I didn't give him the classified information. With a discount means you got to give me some room. It's an extraordinary moment. The FBI clearly had strong suspicions that this was a potential backdoor for information, maybe classified information to get out to the media with James Comey's fingerprints on it. And they didn't go much further. They didn't put Comey before the grand jury, that we can tell. They didn't appear to put this gentleman, Daniel Richman, before the grand jury. And like Adam Schiff, as we told you last night, here they have an eyewitness whistleblower said I was in the room when he authorized leaks of intel. These end up being a dead end again. And it's another reminder of a dual system of justice that the Justice Department had the last 6 years. These are documents that were never given to Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan confirmed that to me today. And we're just learning 8 years later, because of what Kash Patel turned over, that the FBI had all the evidence of how the false narrative of Russia collusion was spread across this country to the detriment of voters, to the detriment of President Trump's first campaign, and they did nothing about it.
It's
exclusive. Democrat whistleblower told FBI that Schiff okayed leaking classified intel to hurt Trump. A career intelligence officer who worked for Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee for more than a decade repeatedly warned the FBI beginning 2017 that then Representative Adam Schiff had approved leaking classified information to smear then President Donald Trump over the now debunked Russiagate scandal, according to bombshell FBI memos that Director Kash Patel has turned over to Congress. The FBI 302 interview reports obtained by Just the News state the intelligence staff for a Democrat by party affiliation whose government was a friend of both Schiff, California Senator, now a California Senator and former House Speaker, considered the classified leaking to be unethical, illegal, and treasonous, but was told not to worry about it because Schiff believed he would be spared prosecution under the Constitution's speech and debate clause. No publicly disclosed opinion from the Attorney General or the Solicitor General can be found making that determination as a matter of law. Wait, what determine? I mean, you can say, what? You can't be arrested for shit that you say on the floor of Congress. In this meeting, Schiff stated the group would leak classified information, which was derogatory to President of the United States Donald J. Trump. Do they say what? This is the document? that they're citing? These are just media stories, no? Wait, hello? Okay, CS received the above reference blank dated June 23rd, 2017 from the link reporting the unauthorized disclosure of classified information in 8 articles published between April and June of 2017. Subject matter experts determined that the articles disclosed blank information. What is this, CIA or FBI information? Classified up to the TSSCI, maybe? I don't know. We request that the FBI open an investigation regarding the 4 articles listed below, Articles 1, 2, 3, and 6, in the June 23rd crime report. Other articles referenced in blank will be addressed in separate correspondence. Okay. Oh, so there were leaks here, and they were trying to figure out where the leaks were coming from. And those articles. So this is a field interview. In reference to these 4 articles. Do we have... Is there anything from the interview here? Okay, hold on. Yeah, Washington field office opened the Arctic Haze investigation based on blank. Just related to New York Times. The article was titled "Comey tried to shield the FBI from politics. Then he shaped an election," which probably the article was written by New York Times reporters. True. Okay, the article discussed the FBI mid-year investigation concerning Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. In particular, the article focused on FBI Director James Comey's decision to make public statements regarding the mid-year exam investigation. On July 5th, 2016, Comey issued a public statement announcing the FBI completed the mid-year exam investigation. Public statement. Comey spoke indicated on several occasions that classified information contributed to his decision to make his independent July 5th, 2016 and October 2016 announcements. Comey provided sworn testimony to the US DOJ, OIG, and Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Comey testified he made the July 5th announcement independently because he believed participation by Attorney General Loretta Lynch would result in corrosive doubt about whether Lynch was acting impartially. Comey provided several justifications for this belief. First, Lynch was appointed by a president of the same political party. Second, Lynch had earlier directed Comey to refer to mid-year exam as a matter, not an investigation. Third, Lynch had a widely publicized private conversation with former President William Clinton during an apparent chance encounter on the tarmac of a Phoenix, Arizona airport on June 26th. And fourth, Comey had concerns with classified information, which directly related to whether or not the Attorney General should have been recused from the mid-year exam investigation, would be leaked to the media, or otherwise be disclosed. Comey stated, "One significant item I know the committee's been briefed on. There's been some public accounts of it which are nonsense, but I understand the committee's been briefed on the classified facts." Comey alluded to the classified information in his book, Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership. According to Comey, there was a development in early 2016 concerning some classified information that had come into the possession of the United States government. According to Comey, the information came from a classified source, which remains classified and is still unknown to the American public. Had it become public, the unverified material would undoubtedly have been used by political opponents to cast serious doubt on the Attorney General's independence in connection to the Clinton investigation. Comey, he was bothered that there was classified information that would someday become public and used to attack the integrity of the investigation, and more important, call into question the independence of the FBI. In the classified testimony of the OIG, confirmed the specific classified information, which was discussed in the New York Times article, and indicated it did impact his decision to make unilateral public statements about the mid-year exam investigation. Do we know what was that classified information? Do we know what that was 100%? What he's referring to there? Since the start of the investigation in August 2017, investigators taking the following steps: searched all FBI hardline phone and email records for contacts with known reporter facilities, reviewed spin searches on blank hardline phone, obtained and reviewed a multitude of telephone records at FBI cellular and work phones for FBI employees, analyzed handwritten notes, reviewed. Based upon discussions with DOJ, these investigative steps did not generate sufficient proof to charge any individual with willfully transmitting the classified information, conspiring to transmit the classified information, or aiding and abetting another person's transmission. FBI assisted with the April 2017 article. Investigators learned the FBI Office of Public Affairs was told to assist the New York Times with the April 2017 article. According to interviews with FBI employees, Comey either directed or otherwise authorized FBI's official assistance to the New York Times. FBI OPA did not coordinate or brief DOJ leadership or DOJ OPA Office of Public Affairs, is what that is, decision, even though AG Lynch had left the department and DOJ regulations called for DOJ as part of the FBI's assistance. FBI official Peter Strzok and Lisa Page were interviewed by the New York Times concerning this article in the presence of DOJ OPA officials. During an interview with the investigative team, Strzok stated that he believed FBI executive manager told him to meet with the New York Times. Strzok said he recalled being told to provide an investigator-level briefing on the mid-year exam investigation. These briefings took place during he did not recall the New York Times having classified information, but Page told investigators she specifically recalled the classified information. Wait, do we know what this classified information is? I don't think we do, right? Somebody does. Crown, Richmond. In 2015, Comey instructed the FBI to hire Richmond as a special government employee and to grant him a top-secret clearance with access to sensitive compartmented information. FBI records indicated Richmond was hired to work on ongoing dark matters. The investigation revealed Comey also hired Richmond so Comey could discuss sensitive matters, including classified information, with someone outside of the FBI's regular leadership. Comey also used Richmond as a liaison to the media on several occasions. Richmond spoke with the media without consultation with FBI or DOJ's offices of public affairs. Richmond contacted journalists to correct stories critical of Comey, the FBI, and to shape future press coverage. Richmond did this both when he was a special government employee and after he resigned to the FBI. If you're a special government employee, so this was like record for the FBI, right? I guess if they're making him an employee. The investigation revealed Richmond had been a source for Michael Schmidt, one of the reporters credited with writing the article at issue. And the New York Times, since at least 2008, Richmond first spoke to Schmidt regarding the investigation. Legal activity in sports. Nice. Okay. Although Richmond later told interviewing agents Comey never asked him to talk to the media. I wonder. He interviewed Richmond. According to Richmond, Comey and Richmond talked about the hammering Comey was taking from the media concerning his handling of the mid-year exam investigation. Richmond opined Comey took comfort in the fact Richmond had talked to the press about his feelings, crediting Comey's handling decision-making. Richmond claimed Comey never asked him to talk to the media. Is this the article they cite? I thought, isn't this supposed to be about Schmidt or whatever? Counsel for the FBI to conduct a limited search of his Apple iPhone. The FBI conducted a forensic examination of the telephone. The examination conducted the telephone contained 4 voicemail messages, points and messages to scares to turn their attention to individuals who have not been interviewed. Has not yielded sufficient evidence to criminally charge any person, including Comey Richmond, with making false statements or the substantive offenses under investigation. Okay. Good one.
It's a credit to the FBI. It's a credit to Kash Patel. It's a credit to the people that are involved in sharing this information now with the public. Do you see legal jeopardy here?
I think if Pam Bondi goes the grand jury route, that these are people that are going to be hauled before the grand jury. I want to remind people, most classified information statutes have a 5-year statute of limitations, but there is a provision that extends it to 10 years if it's willing and knowing. And there's some pretty clear evidence of a strong apparatus put in place to make these leaks occur, according to the FBI documents. I think a grand jury could go back and try to compel testimony and find out if it rises to the level of criminality. Tomorrow, though, I think we're going to take people on a new destination, which is how often did the FBI get blocked in trying to investigate Hillary Clinton corruption at the Clinton Foundation? You're going to be shocked by the answer.
You're going to be shocked.
We'll have you back tomorrow. I'm John Solomon. This is unraveling very quickly. Thank you.
Unraveling. Great. What is unraveling? I'm still not. I don't even know what is unraveling, but okay, cool. What a bombshell.